Hello everyone and welcome back to Essentials TF and our coverage of the poLANd 2024 qualifiers. So we've had the main group stage and now we're into the elimination group. We've got 4 teams who have come second in their respective groups and they're battling it out. And the first of those games is going to be happening just now. We've got Potop Szwedzki against Bloking hazard. The round 1 fixture. Joining me, we've got Antimation on production and we've got Wandom joining us from the bottom of the sea. How are you doing?
Hello guys, I'm reporting in from my submarine. I've adequately named it the Iron Lung. I am so happy, BenPL, that you decided to pronounce the name of the Swedish team, because I can guarantee you right now, for this entire cast, I will be calling them the Swedes. Because I do not dare to attempt to pronounce, so we'll just be rolling with it. Yeah, this has been good. Both these teams, you mentioned it already, they both finished second place in their respective groups. It means that now we're in 4 teams left in this group, all 4 second-place teams in the group stage. Whoever wins this map gets closer to qualifying for LAN. The only way you don't qualify for LAN at this stage in this group of 4 teams is if you finish last, i.e. you don't win any games. So, BenPL, we've got the Swedes. We've got some pretty recent Premiership names as well. Most of these guys played together a couple of seasons ago. I say couple, I mean last year. They played together. They had Alba on Scout. They got Satan and Gar Soldiers, looks like, and then Smear on a demo man coming back for a little bit. On Kaya Medic, the return of the Swedish goat, and then Bevan, of course, joining Alba on those scout positions. So these are some old names joined by a couple of new ones. Gar Satan been around for a while, but not quite been a Prem for as long as the rest of this roster.
Yeah, you say they've been around for a while, but there's obviously plenty of names on this team with lots of experience. You're looking at 40, 50 plus years worth of combined TF2 experience between these lot. It's a really experienced team, but wasn't enough to beat TCM in their group. So finished second in theirs. And over on the other side, we're going to have Bloking Hazard with Triple Amora on Scouts, Seiken Mix on the Soldiers, Whip on Demo, and KO on Medic. I thought for a moment they might have been having to a Merc joining, but no, it looks like everyone's joined in and. What are you thinking? Have you got any predictions coming into Gullywash?
This is a classic case of old men versus new boys on the block, if you know what I mean. Catch my drift. I think everyone on Bloking Hazard is at least 10 years younger than their counterpart on the opposing team, and that might either account for strength or it might account for weakness. I think we're about to find out. Gullywash is a map where if you are an old man like on Kaya, who when he goes to LAN normally sits behind the camera, you should feel right at home here, right? This is a map where the Swedes definitely still have experience. We're not on some new stuff where most of these guys will show up to an entropy and be like, "What is going on? We have no idea anything."
They got shown up pretty bad on Bagel in their previous match. So, it was pretty awkward. But the game's going live as we'll see best of 3. First up, like you say, is Gullywash, and the winner of this series will be one step closer to making it to the LAN next February.
Yep, but we are rolling out right into this middle here already as we are going in straight forward here. Both Demons arriving around the same time. It's going to be Smear a little bit early on. Both teams playing a very standard Gullywash middle, and that is the Soldiers bombing straight across here, landing in onto the enemy team. Stake does a lot of damage. There's Khan landing on the enemy, so much damage dealt. And it's both medics being trading down so far, a lot of damage across the board. But it looks like so far Bloking Hazard, they're still on the point, but their health is so low. It's Bevan trying to clean this up in the 1v2. Takes 2 kills. Satan on this enemy Demoman should be enough to clean up Whip. He does find 1 kill. Might just be able to get out alive.
Yeah, it actually takes out Satan as well. Nice pipe there on the fadeaway. Going to get 1 last, but caught behind. Very, very awkward. Nice mid-fight. Again, the Soldiers in very, very fast. Both medics. Rather low shelf life on both of those, but midpoint going to be getting capped out by Bevan. Actually, maybe not. There's some splash coming. Going to be denied for a moment. We're going to cap it out eventually. The Swedes taking this first point. Well, maybe onto Sake as well. He just about gets out alive. That was close.
We look at the Ubers, it's basically even for both sides. It's about 20 ad for Bloking Hazard. But are you really going to push through Gullywash show 20 ad? Are we this crazy, Ben?
Yeah, surely not, right? I guess the meds went down fairly soon. I'm not sure if this is like an ad due to a different spawn wave or just due to one team building more efficiently than the other. So it's sort of hard to tell. And again, in these situations, it doesn't look like they're going to risk too hard sending Satan in behind into the lobby. There's no sort of a dot push attempt or anything like that. There's their Yeah, just sitting it tight, sitting passive, and just getting ready for the long haul, shall we say.
Alright guys, I've made an executive call and we're changing the microphone. So now, we hope and we pray. There is a soldier jumping straight to drop down, doesn't really get anything done. And, yep, we are... This is my Gullywash. This is what I want, you know what I mean?
Man of history. Once these fancy new match, once Gullywash, once the second stalemate, everyone loves it. And the Swedes are going to have to try and break this one down. They've probably have plenty of experience in doing so, but obviously it still doesn't make it easy. There are obviously traps to negotiate if you go big dog. That's just going to straight in through the choke. Going to be straight in onto the medic. One rocket onto KO, but not going to get any more.
Unfortunate.
Rockets, yeah. Just moment of lapse of concentration right from Bloking Hazard there, letting the soldier just fly straight in, but the counter sack is in. And say getting it onto Bevan, gonna be alive for a little bit too long for comfort underneath as well as he's taken down by Satan. But 3 kills going the way of Bloking Hazard. Satan gonna jump in and try and get the damage, gets down one more, but yeah, can't get any more as the rest of the Swedish combo backing out all the way into Big Door.
Decent pressure cook there from the side of the Bloking Hazard, making sure that they managed to leverage that one pick of Gar coming straight in, and now you can see them continue to pressure right. They get that single kill, they go through both sides at the same time, Big Door and Choke, pressure out a couple more kills, and that nets them the point for free. Neither team pops Uber there, the Gar hiding on top. You see Bloking Hazard, they're kind of peeking this pretty aggressively. There's a soldier jumping straight down, there's a lot of damage, but the Uber isn't forced, it's 2 going down, 3 instead. KO holding this Uber, does not want to pop it, but now they're 3 players on point. They have to walk back to their own Big Door, and that entire advantage, got an Uber advantage. Did they get forwards here? They might get 2 soldiers?
Well, they are going to, I think. Yeah, they get 2 forwards, okay, that's something, but yeah, they're still in trouble. They're going to have to battle hard to not get forced if the Swedes decide to pressure in. It looks like they are going to jump in, gets the force, and only 1 kill, it looks like, going the way of the Uber charge as Bloking Hazard walking their way across now. Everyone on the Swedish side going to be retreating straight back out through that choke, getting out to safety and trying to salvage an Uber charge advantage of their own.
Yep, we're playing ping pong, boys. We're going backwards and forwards. Both teams trading advantages here, and now it is Bloking Hazard's time to respond. How are they going to deal with this Uber charge disadvantage? They are fighting themselves in, right? You see this now, KO about 40%, Uber weighs the opponent 40% ahead of him. On Kaya's going to have this Uber soon. You can see them already pushing in through Big Door, trying to opt in, get a lot of space, but they have to be so careful here. You don't really want to get on Kaya force, because KO, you can see how far back he's playing, does not want to get caught out here. Uber comes straight in onto Smear, and nothing's been found.
Oh, absolutely nothing, yes. Smear jumps in, hits big pipes, everyone's buffed up nicely and not getting dealt with. Yeah, great work, and actually might be losing even more as well as Sake and Mora going in. Actually, to be fair, they end up getting 2 kills just from people trying to getting a bit, perhaps a bit overzealous towards the end of that fight as Sake and Mora go in. But yeah, the original bomb from Spirit, just great damage, but everyone just scurries straight back out through choke, and it's so hard to chase, and yeah, not going to get anything. As now, as we say, ping pong ensues as Uber charge advantage over to KO. But not if Satan can have anything to say about it, jumping in, trying to get damage, but not going to get anything.
It's a decent kill on Whip there at the very beginning of the fight, and that's just a bomb straight in on to KO, getting the force. Losing Whip there is massive, it really blunts the push hit for the Bloke side instead. But on Kaya, look at him, he's just snuck right back out. He's going to get his spawners back, they're going to go in again with an Uber charge advantage.
Yeah, even in a bit of a predicament there over towards the midpoint. Getting isolated on Kaya though is the important one, right? Getting out through Big Door there, just scurrying away quietly, just quietly just leaves, sneaks away, no big deal, runs all the way back, meets the spawners, and I gotta say, the more times these flip flops, like the smaller and smaller the ad is getting for the Swedes, as now it's only looking at what 30% ad, like it's workable. And but Bevan hasn't got a forward spawn, so they're going to have to be rather quick. 20% down now is KO up at 85, going to be 90%. Going to be walking in now. It might be slightly dangerous. The guy going down as well. This could call it off.
Yeah, this is a bit weird. They lose a soldier pretty much instantly, and they don't pop in, but they trade a kill onto their own. But they drop Smear from the supercharge, and that makes it so much harder for the Swedes to play. They actually do get a return kill to Whip. Both of them are being dropped, but crucially KO not willing to pop that Uber instead. Now, look at the damage being dealt by the Swedes onto this red side. Bevan runs forwards, takes the kill onto Sake. Now it's 4-4 rather, both sides. But one has Uber instead. Now KO, he's walking in through choke, and this time there is no contest from the Swedes. They're rotating up towards top here. They have to do a lot of spam. KO actually kind of exposed it. Has to watch for this bomb out of Satan.
Yeah, Satan landing in, trying to go for the sink, gets no rockets at all as Mora eats it, but never mind, Smear with the pipe! Huge pipe coming in, landing straight in onto the red medic. Bloking Hazard. This Uber advantage was massive, but now it is non-existent, dropping the medic, and now everyone else has been trapped out awkwardly. We've got Triple Punk going in behind the lobby as well, trying to find a fight onto Bevan, but that's looking like it for now, and they're getting swept up. Really, really nice aggression there coming out from the Swedes as they get a massive drop, and look at that, going to be 90% advantage as they start pushing their way back into mid.
They're going through big doors straight away. They do not want to give any time for the red team to set up on that mid fight. Instead, now 100%, 20% of the opponent's side, they are going straight forwards in through choke here. Counter bomb is going to come in. The soldier sinks it quite well, actually. Against a counter drop, no one's ever capping second.
Yeah, it's illegal, right? You'd have to flip back and forth through mid. I guess the frags might be going there, but with Satan going down as well, is perhaps not. They might get the second point just for a moment, but yeah, not going to be able to stick it out. Surely not, especially when it's KO. There's mix up here. There's Mora all ready to push back in, and yet the Swedes don't want anything of it. All the way back out. 2 drops in a minute. But every day that we see that happening, and both from pretty similar bombs, right? Just a high bomb from River landing in, and I guess the first one was swept up by the pipe from Samaria, but yeah, the flip-flopping is bound to continue.
Surely this advantage push will work out for the Blokes as they opt to go through drop down this time, but they've been spotted out basically immediately here is Satan, and once again, we're caught out the start of this push. Look at how low KO is. There's a soldier right behind him.
Dropped again.
Look it, and once again, you just dropped the overcharge.
Oh my god, it's hiding out in that little cubby there towards Not Elbow, just peeking behind, and no one's aware at all that you could possibly be there. Gonna get another drop. Mix might be going down in the back lines as well. They're able to get the pack, but that's not that's the important thing. We've got 3 players all the way through, capping up second. Spawners still only just coming up. We've got Triple coming up on the Engineer. They know that it's a rather dire scenario now on Kaya, over 90% Uber. This is going to be a full ad attempt into last for the Swedes.
Yeah, now they have to really make sure there's not really that much time for the Engie to set up quite properly, but there is a heavy up as well. Sentry gun only a level 1 right now, and it is just going to get spammed down here. No pyro to shoot back these rockets coming out of Satan, and it's Smear bombing straight in, finding that kill onto KO, onto Triple Punk as well. Counter kills now might come out for the Swedes. It's just them going forwards. Mixed dead as well. So is Mora, and everyone now for the Blokes is falling. Unfortunately, the ping pong match, it was a long rally, but in the end, it is just the Swedes picking up that first point here in Gullywash.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw it's sort of a similar Uber to what they tried on mid before, where they just Uber and jump Smearian straight away. But this time, like, the damage is even more. They get a stick and a pipe up straight into that spawn. They'll get so many kills. Kill the sentry gun as well. And once you've just taken that much damage, everyone has to retreat in. The stragglers are swept up, and textbook Uber advantage last push going in the way of the Swedes. There's 10 minutes gone. 1-0 up. See if they've got anything different on this second mid. It looks like we've got a Satan going straight into Elbow this time, but going to be taken down, getting lost damage into KO, but nothing that's followed up just yet. Able to get the pack and make his way back out. Sake taking aggression to the other side as well, and yeah, Bloking Hazard going to be getting all but the couple of kills remaining. Alba's going to be getting out, trying to get to Onkaya, but Onkaya's gone. Onkaya's not fancying it at all. He's all the way back at the lobby, and what a convincing bid that is from Bloking Hazard.
But crucially here for Onkaya, right, he wasn't building that entire time. It actually gives KO a little bit of an advantage. Not sure if the Bloking Hazard will be playing off of it. You can actually see them. Never mind, they are. They know that if they don't push this, they're going to have Uber right now. They can just go straight in. Sentry gun already down for Beaver, but they're actually hesitating a little bit. Sniper will Beaver instead, but Soldier comes straight in and forces the medic into spawn door. Now the Uber's popped out. Alba on this pyro, but the Uber just about manages to come out here for Onkaya. The return kills now coming forward. The Bloking Hazard falling one by one, and it looks like maybe Gar might just be able to get in onto KO. He shoots 1 rocket, shoots 2, and he has his friend follow up as well, but it's KO finding 1 before he finally gets taken down. Everyone falls, and that is not a good look for the Bloking Hazard there. I like the idea, but unfortunately the timing's a bit too slow.
Yeah, the building was actually pretty good from Onkaya when he wasn't running between places. Yeah, I feel like they might have thought they had maybe another 10-20% advantage than they really did. But yeah, Onkaya getting just 3-4 seconds after the Uber charge comes through is way too quick. We've got the hiding out in the forward spawn. Going to actually find the kill on Smeary as well. Okay, that's a nice pick to find, but not going to be the all important one onto Onkaya. It's going to maybe slow down the aggression from the Swedes. They're just content to wait for this Uber charge advantage to build back up, because they're still at 50 yard, so Onkaya might be looking to use in the second point pretty shortly.
Yeah, Bloking Hazard have to play a little bit careful here. They have to watch out that they don't lose Sig. Falls all the way down to 1 HP in Victor there. He goes down. That pretty much prompts instantly the push from the Swedes. Now they have poLANd, and they're going to have their demo man with them as well. So you can see them now start rotating, maneuvering, getting ready to push forward. But they have to go. They have to go, right? It's not the end of the world. They have to go a little bit briskly because KO is 70%. But the Swedes, there's one soldier bombing in through choke. The players playing around Big Door is a bit of a fight, but they're looking to just take the space. There's double soldier bombs, maybe potentially coming in. It's just one. On two on Kaya, but he serves it beautifully. And that is a stake down, but KO has been bought enough time and is even Ubers here.
Yeah, but they bought so much space, right? They're going to get the second point up on the Swedish side, and even Smithy's jumping in as well, trying to actually go for the hero play. Not going to land anything, but yeah, just a threat of the advantage meant the soldiers on the red side had to sack in, had to play aggressive, and on Kaya, yeah, great movement, but it's able to get enough space to get the second point, and now already pressuring their way into last are the Swedes. They've got Albert underneath, and no one's actually watching for this. With the trade happening, actually, there is sticks in the point. Yeah, there's stickies in the point, okay.
When he shoots them, he gets so much cap time, and he dips down below as well. Doesn't immediately fall. He's going to keep fighting the soldier, but this is so much aggression here, coming in onto the blokes.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, KO lucky to get away with his life there, right, and River having to surf back out. But yeah, like you say, just the cap time coming through. There's even sticks on the point, but Albert just getting in unnoticed, able to shoot a couple of them, get a lot of cap time, goes down for it, but distracts so much attention that could have been a rather rough scenario there for Bloking Hazards. But well dealt. And as even Ubers, everyone's backing back out again, and Albert deciding to use the opportunity of some time in the respawn queue to come up on the sniper.
Yeah, this is now all eyes on Alba for now, right? There's no counter sniper on the enemy team. They're probably expecting it, right? You look at the spawn queue and you realize that Alba is dead. He is known to partake in a bit of sniper every now and then. It is kind of obvious. You can see already KO is kind of playing around the dispenser, that pillar. Sniper at the moment just looking through main, trying to see if he can find anything, and he does. Kill onto the soldier, but honestly, the kill onto Sig, it only opens up the doors a little bit more for the flank. You can see them immediately rotating around to that river side, where now Alba is going to try and get a peek onto the medic. He goes for the hero shot, doesn't quite find the sight line, but he's going to keep just rolling this dice. There's a problem with the sniper, right? You just keep rolling the dice. Eventually you're going to hit a 6.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a hard shot, right? You're going to jump up on top of that like shutter and get the shot. There's actually the fall. Okay. Yeah, KO realises the danger, steps out the dispenser, steps out behind the pillar, and yeah, just does not want to gamble it, doesn't want to take the chance. As we all know how good of a sniper Albert is, and yeah, the shot doesn't even need to be fired, and the Uber charge is forced out, and now big ads...
The Uber can come in here for the Swedes, is absolutely fine, finally whip us up, but he does still not have 6 on point. The Swedes can make a really aggressive fall at this point if they want to. Instead, they're just choosing to find kills, but now look at this. Smida knows. He's walking onto the point, there's only 2 stickies here. He's shooting, but he doesn't on the paint train. He only gets a kill on the triple point. But the soldier guard is in as well. That's so much damage, and the rest of the Swedes surge forward. That is another round. Quick plays from the side of Smith, followed up by the rest of the team. That's 2-0 for the Swedes.
Yeah, I honestly thought that Triple had saved them there in that ad push, because the Uber comes in from River, but there's no scout in the Uber, and that Pyro does so much work just denying the Uber almost completely. Like the full Uber ad comes in and almost gets nothing coming in from River, or it's denied. But yes, really quick thinking, getting out underneath into River and all the way through to water. Really nice work as 2-0 up. With half the game still to play, I'm sure the Swedes are very happy with this. Run and Sake getting taken down. Oh, it's looking like another pretty decent mid if they can keep KO alive for Bloking Hazard. Got both the scouts running over to try and save him. He's launched all the way into red big door.
This is a weird situation for that blue combo now, right? Because you can see the Swedes, they're kind of been flanked from both sides. So many red members of Bloking Hazard rotate in behind, but they all go behind through, and now we've swapped sides, so now it's a weird situation for Bloking Hazard, right? They're just going to wait for the enemy spawners, and that's a KO who has to run forwards. Thankfully enough, the soldier in behind is enough to distract and let his team get out alive. It's smeared down, and now it looks like maybe finally this mid-fight's working out for Bloking Hazard. I say it's Triple Punk getting a bit aggressive. Soldier almost got out as well, but now surely even Ubers. But there's one demo man down on one side, 2 scouts on the other. Yeah, we're standing still.
Yeah, they're going to just try to spam and just trying to hold this out, wait for these 2 scout spawners to come in. They are going to get forward spawns because midpoint has been capped up, but Uber charge using already no waiting around at all. As I are using in onto State KO using as well, but we are into utter pandemonium, and it's pandemonium that is favouring the Swedes as they win out all the fights. And yeah, 2 still down for Bloking Hazard. Going to be midpoint recaptured, going to be denied on the forwards as well. So yeah, working out pretty well.
They have 2 players down here. They're down a player themselves. They don't have Bevan, but that's a decent chunk of damage to actually take walking in through choke there. They're still sending a soldier in through, but his guard taken down. That should stop the aggression right there. Swedes no longer willing to take anything. That was such a weird trade on mid, Ben. I have no idea.
I'm also I had no idea what was going on. Like, everyone just sort of jumps in. They both use, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's so hard to even comprehend what was going on in that situation. But this is something we're a bit more familiar with. The Gullywash second stalemate. We've got again, Satan pressure towards Big Dog. Uber charge is coming up in about another 10 seconds. So we'll see what they decide to go for this time. I guess last time it was kind of broken by just sort of sending soldiers in through choke and just getting forces off and things like that. But obviously, there's plenty of things you can do. We haven't really seen many players like into lobby, but that's that to go for. But yeah, what are you thinking they're going to go for here?
We are looking at a soldier sack playthrough somewhere. Through choke. Look at Gal already. He's taking a buff. You know what he wants. There's a second soldier sick as well. It's kind of bombing through. But that's almost definitely what we're seeing. Like, look at where KO's playing so hard to get anything else. And now with Mix going down for the side of Bloking has it as well. Opens the door for the Swedes. They still have yet to really pick a side. There are stickies around in Big Door you have to watch out for here. If you are Satan, and yep, there we go. Catches him out. Now we're even, and it's basically back to the drawing board here for the Swedes. Back on mid, waiting for someone or something to do something.
Yeah, it's like you have one soldier pick and like you say, it basically opens up like a bit of space to maybe be a bit more like fast and loose around these choke points. Like you could obviously got half the amount of rockets to try and dodge. It's that's splashing all over the place. You come through these narrow doorways, but yeah, it's still not enough. And yeah, losing that pick to a trap over towards Big Door was going to just completely nip it in the bud. And now back to square one. Yeah, like you say, see if guard seems to be taking another buff. So see if there's any kind of attempt at a play through choke or through drop down or any such thing. But yeah, the Swedes can tend to just play it slow. They're 2 rounds up. There's no rush. They can wait for the perfect opportunity.
Yep, this is the opportunity that they're choosing right now. It's guard just bombing in through choke, and unfortunately doesn't really find anything. A lot of damage onto the soldier, but that's about it. Like, as you were saying, right, it's 11 minutes left on this timer. There's another round timer as well for 2 minutes and 40 seconds at this point. Really, for the Swedes, they can just stall this out. They want to. It's a sticky trap kill onto Triple Punk, and that is a very low stake. Going in, they're actually just going for the trade here. They managed to pick up Smear here. The backlines, there's a soldier coming through for Sake. Getting that frag now in return. We're fighting around choke and they get KO. He falls in the post tube, but now somehow still Satan just dancing around is alive. And Whit watches the rest of his team fall. He might finally go down on his own. This is a complete wipe for Bloking Hazard, and that trade is a disaster.
Yeah, fantastic post tube. Like, yeah, they're getting into Smear, but how many players have to commit forward for that? They're all a bit caught out in choke as well, and you're getting caught down, and yeah, everyone else falling instead. All 6 players going down in the Ubercharge post fight as walking into the last now already, maybe a little bit overzealous, going to lose 3 on the way in, and maybe we thought we was going to wait for the advantage to come through. It is still big advantage for Onkaya, but maybe not as big as they were hoping for. Now they're going to even lose Satan as well. Does second point and he's going to fall away Bloking Hazard, and they have had a bit of a let-off here, you've got to say.
Yeah, this is really nice for Bloking Hazard. They kind of have to keep pressing the advantage route. They are down in time at this moment, right? They have to start being a bit more aggressive, but they lose that soldier coming in through, and this is going to prompt the Swedes to go forward. They still have advantage, right? KO, only 70%, which means the Uber now coming through for the Swedes. Scout running forwards, does not get anything. Does Triple Punk KO gets caught out in the end by Alba. 1 scout of Mora left. Mix is 104 HP and behind, and probably will not be doing much of anything else as the Swedes can just regroup on the enemy's second point, get this cap. There's a little bit of a contest coming out. You can see there is Sake wanting to try and do something, but just gets caught out instead. And that is once again, now the Swedes, they have advantage, getting that medic kill, and Triple Punk on Sniper. All eyes on him. We want to see a hero shot.
Yeah, and some eyes, I guess, is maybe still a mix, see if he's going to go for something funny in behind. But yeah, advantage over towards Onkaya. And we're in similar positions last time, but this time deciding the Swedes going to slow it down a lot more. Mix going down in the back line is actually going to be even better, because I'm not sure he's even going to spawn in by the time this Uber charge comes through, or at least not in time to get a good buff, as yeah, position's being taken from the Swedes, and they want to pull the trigger as soon as it hits 100.
Yeah, this is really scary now for the side of Bloking Hazard. Finally, Triple Punk does switch off the heavy, goes on to, or switches off the sniper, goes onto the heavy. Instead, Uber's popped out straight through shutters here for the Swedes, but they're not finding that many kills. It's finally 1 onto Whip, and a lot of damage dealt to basically every single red team member as everyone from the Swedes dance around the point, but they don't find anything. Instead, it's Beaver, and has to be a one-man army running around on the point, and the focus fire for the Swedes is not there. Bloking has it. Hold on.
Yeah, that was such a funny Uber, right? We saw on Kaya and Beaver just run straight across the point and straight down into water. They just sort of bypassed everyone. There was, like you say, there was no focus fire at all. Nobody goes down. They even lose a soldier up in launch pad before the Uber charge comes in. I think Mix gets a kill up there. And like that's really, really nice. Hoping Bloking had to keep them in this game, but maybe not for much longer.
No.
There's Satan. Oh, gonna get the force. Huge play. And actually gets out alive at 1 HP as well. Oh my.
This is tragic for Bloking Hazard. They finally have an advantage to push off of. And this timer is just going to keep running down, right? Now, Mix getting killed as well on Kaya, 50%. The Swedes just want to go forwards because they have such good positioning. They have such a nice demo kill, and this is enough for them. Forcing Bloking Hazard back into their own victor, as it is one scout trying to chase forward. More gets one. But is it worth it if the two or more fall? It's a double kill for Satan, and this is a midpoint back in the favor of Sweden as they can keep on going with an advantage. It's looking scary for Bloking Hazard. Only 7.5 minutes. They have to start fighting back.
This snipering forwards one might be the start. Nope, there's the back spawn. Gets spotted out very nicely. Satan jumping in as well. Going to deny whip. So, yeah, this Uber charge is going to be equalizing. So this side over towards KO is not going to be really felt too badly. But they might be getting pressured regardless. Alpha just doesn't fear. Like, KO's got Uber now, just start walking, start taking fights up in river, and start making more space. And now he's when, like we talked a little bit about the time before, it's down to 7 minutes, 2 rounds left, and pin back to your own last. Like, it's always such a rough position to be if you're Bloking Hazard, right? You need to get back in the game, but you're stuck in your own last point.
Swedes getting a bit aggressive there is Bevan going in, but honestly, we'd not be surprised if Bevan comes up on an off-class, right? It's both teams trading a frag, and it's even Ubers. What are the odds that Bevan is not on sniper right now? Looks like the Swedes are kind of opting to go towards river already, trying to attempt a bit of a pressure cook. There's a soldier coming in from behind as well. Can play the point because the heavy's not on it. Finally, soldier rotates down, but that's timed with a soldier makes that, and there's a second one coming in, gets the force. Gar bounces onto KO, and the Swedes get exactly what they wanted. Now down 2 soldiers. They have to be careful because that is a very angry whip. Trading, trying to chase them, but they get out with their lives. Now 2 soldiers down. Bloking Hazard.
Forced as well.
Get the force out.
Oh, that was so close to being a drop on Kaya, forcing on 4 HP as the soldier jumps in through Baby Door, lands up, lands one last rocket, but it doesn't quite do enough damage. But yeah, these 2 soldier duos from either team doing great work between them. As now the Swedes wanting to try and push this player advantage in, but going to be getting stuffed out on this entrance in through the river. Their player in water's gone down as well. Triple's going to die to a roller on the point. Satan's back in though again, trying to get onto KO, not going to manage it. The Spirit on Kaya, last 2 alive, going to try and get out with their lives, but getting hounded at every turn by Mix, by the rest of the combo. There's no way they get out.
Oh, he's found one. Smear finds 1 kill onto Mix. He might even get a second one here onto Sick. Never mind. That's the cost of cuss, baby. You know it.
We do. But I guess this whole weird shenanigans over towards last has actually bought quite a bit of time on the clock for the Swedes. Who actually got even ratting out as well, trying to go to say not going to manage anything. But there's now 5 minutes left, and even though it's big advantage over on KO, this kind of has to go perfectly right on this push. They've got this ad. It's got to work well for them. They can't really afford to get stuck in another long stalemate with the 2 rounds to find in such little amount of time.
But this is such a good ticket for them to get in and try to get back into this game. Huge advantage here for KO. And they might even start it out with a bit of a pick. That's such a huge bomb forwards there onto Gar. Unfortunately, don't find a kill as on Kaya just building everything, trying to get Ubercharge, some sort of semblance of it. But it is Bloking Hazard already setting up, getting a cap onto second. Pyro up for the Swedes as they hope to get this going with a sentry gun up as well. The Uber's popped out straight onto the sentry gun, actually managing to get that down. Pyro now does a bit of damage to Whip, but he ends up getting taken down. He goes on Kaya. There's no heals left for the Swedes. The bomb can come forward and actually gets a lot of cleanup, but it's only Smear left alive. He's on the wrong side of the map, but he gets through with the sticky bomb. Doesn't get the last players, and unfortunately for Smear, despite a little bit of heroics, despite some fireworks, reminding us why he's a good player. But that is a round on the board for Bloking Hazard, and they are back in the game tentatively. They still need a round. They've got 4 minutes to do it. Seen crazier things.
I actually thought Smear had saved it then. That was maybe like 1 pipe away from saving the 1v4.
Yeah.
Getting the 2 deaths at point, I was like, oh, not like this for Bloking Hazard, surely not. But like you say, 4 minutes to find a round, certainly well within possibility, especially when the Swedes are going for a right side mid as well, sending it straight across. Big aggression, but it's high risk as well. See if they can keep the rest of their combo alive, but it seems to be working out perfectly. as they're completely locking out Bloking Hazard, and Bloking Hazard now all the way back to their second, got 2 players down, so it's still even a player add for the Swedes. As what a great, quick, perfect right side mid, pretty much.
This is exactly what the Swedes need to do, right? They just get that point and they just play it. There's a little bit of aggression onto KO, but all you have to do now as the Swedes kind of choke out Bloking Hazard, right? Make sure that they have to go for this weird trade that they're now probably going to have to take in through choke, right? You can see how aggressive Sake is playing it. He's going in through drop down here, going to try and make something miraculous happen here in choke. Instead, he's going to bomb straight up, and he's just going to meet so much spam. So hard to get in. Both soldiers completely shut down by the Swedes. 2 minutes, 50 seconds, and that is a demo kill onto Whip.
Yeah, they actually got a pick to the Bloking Hazard, so it was Big Dog Whip getting traded out. Nice work there from Beaven, I believe, who came in, just swept up that last little bit of damage. It was single digits, but now you're going to go in for the trade, see if he can go any better than he did last time, because last time it was a rather awkward mix, the one taking Uber in. Obviously with no demo to do so, but KO's getting juggled all the way into elbow, and KO's really going to get this kill cut off perfectly by Gar. And yeah, even though they're going to actually, never mind. Okay. Coming back in, Bloking Hazard straight through the choke. Might be getting onto Alba as well, but there's no scouts left. There's such low HP on Alba, but nobody's able to do the chip damage. Gets the kill onto Satan on point, and actually, Gar goes down as well. Okay, Onkaya now last alive all the way back and getting spawners up just about. No one decides to chase too aggressively, but okay, 2 minutes left. There is still technically time.
There's no Ubers up, but there are players down for the Swedish side. They are holding really close to choke, but Bloking Hazard could go aggressive. They kind of have to be completely honest. About 2 minutes, they have to. They kind of have to, right? They're pressuring through Big Door already, and choke at the same time, trying to pressure cooker out something here, but unfortunately, it is just Mara getting picked off. Decent damage dealt to this flank, but unfortunately, don't think Sake will be able to follow up, and it is once again Swedes withstanding aggression. They have to keep withstanding this battering ram for another minute and a half.
Yeah, and they are going to be getting the Uber charge up first. Onkaya actually eating a bit too much damage for comfort there, just sat inside the spam line. But yeah, Onkaya going to be getting Uber charge any second now. KO the same. Sake has actually taken the opportunity. There's a bit of a lapse of concentration there towards Big Door. Sake's managed to get all the way in behind and up in towards River. I think Satan might be slightly aware of this, but it looks like Big Door is the name of the game for Bloking Hazard as they work their way and send the soldiers in as well. Can they get in? Can they get the force out? And the force does come out. It comes out. No! They lose the medic. They got the force perfectly, but it was milked too hard. KO goes down, and this is surely all she wrote. Last sack's coming in, and with 50 seconds left, no one alive at all on Bloking Hazard. This is going to be map 1 going the way of the Swedes.
It's so hard now for Bloking Hazard. They're technically not out of it yet, then. But they need to, 1v6 wipe all of the Swedes right now, basically, in order to keep back in it. They're doing a decent job getting down Beaven, but now Mora has to win about another 5 1v1s in a row to sort of try and keep his team in this game. He's doing his best to try and juke around. He's not getting taken down by Ayapa quite yet. Finally, he's going to be dropped down to such low HP, but there's a headshot coming in onto Satan, the sniper. He's doing kind of work. There's a lot of players going down. That's 16 seconds left on the clock. And I think, yeah, now finally. We're in the realms of the Kratos GG, where it's no longer mathematically possible, and that is the Swedes putting themselves in the running for one of those last 3 spots at Poland. They take map number 1 of Gullywash. That was a back and forth game, and not the cleanest game I've ever seen, Ben, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah, there was a few missed opportunities on either side, and yeah, not exactly the cleanest, but it was certainly entertaining, right? There was lots of back and forth. It was, and it wasn't just sort of your typical back and forth ping pong where everyone backs out. It got scrappy at times. It got messy, and there was plenty of big plays as well, and a couple of nice med drops, including that sink towards choke, which was really aesthetic. But yeah, first map going the way of the Swedes, and we mentioned before, this is sort of a league in the second round, so the winner of this doesn't, I guess, guarantee that they're going to LAN, but it's definitely a pretty good step in the right direction.
If you want to go to Poland, you have to win some games in the qualifier stage, and winning a game doesn't hurt your chances, but losing does not help you go to LAN. You just mentioned, if you win, you don't automatically qualify. If you lose, you're not automatically out either. So my expert analysis right there. You still have more chances, but you are very much kind of on the back foot at the moment. If you are the Bloking Hazard, I don't know. That was weird. I don't know what to tell you about the next map, Ben. What are we playing next? We're playing Process. Okay.
Process next, yeah.
Another boomer safe map. Everything's fine. Onkaya knows where the spawn is. We're good.
Yeah, like the yeah, it's yeah, another one. Yeah, everyone's played it a million times. It's not like we saw previously on Bagel. They got kind of shot up by TCM and got rolled at least for the first 2 rounds. And yeah, there was clearly like an experience difference on the newer maps. But yeah, everyone's gonna know what they're doing on Process. It's been played for forever almost. Yeah, I guess is there any chance of logs or we
Eventually, logs will come. We have been informed by production. So until then, let's just pretend that we have logs, Ben, and let's say that Smear DPM prediction. I'll give him 400. He was doing pretty big things that map. I think Gar as well. Gone kind of huge on the soldier. He's a demo man normally, but now playing soldier, still doing a good job. As you can see, skills transfer across projectile classes. Unless you're a scout player, then nothing matters. And scout players are bad.
Yeah, like I've got the logs up myself. Yeah, I'm not. I guess 400 is not a bad guess for DPM for Smear. He tops out the server on 400, and yeah, like he was absolutely pounding, right? Like he was going so aggressive. It was even like that chance at a 1v4 as well, which he really had a good stab at. Like what a performance! And yeah, it's obviously a good map for a demo. But yeah, great performance from Smear. Really rolling back to
wait, I got it right. No way.
Exactly.
Oh my god!
I thought you'd seen the logs and were like joking.
Like, no, I'm just
genuinely
really
on the dot
smart.
400 DPM on the dot.
My brain is so smart, so big. I think okay, listen to me, Ben.
Yes.
Maybe one of the big differences was that KO died twice as much as Onkaya. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's reasonable, and I do think that's also like you were saying before. That Guard like a good game. I think that was also like part of that, right? The soldiers over the Swedish side were getting in so easily to some of these positions, and we saw that obviously double sacks into last and all sorts. But yeah, KO going down 11 times, Kaya's 5, despite getting a couple of kills on Medic. It's it's a big difference. And in a close game like this, goes down 2-1. It's really the fine margins, right? And 6 more deaths. It's going to be a lot more disad situations.
It's a bit unfortunate here for Bloking Hazard, but I believe. I mean, this was close enough. I think I have to give a shout out to Sig. I think you can see on the log as well. This man was moving mountains on his own. Basically, every big play that happened for the Bloking Hazards with him kind of coming in, doing amazing things, making things happen. Big shout outs to him as well. I think now, here's my problem though, right, Ben? I think map number 1, Gullywash, bit more of a soldier map. We're moving into Process now, and I'm looking at my Alba and my Beaver, and I see strong, accepted scout players, whereas on the other side, I see Triple Punk, who had to play with Lucky in Division 1. So
Yeah. It's a point, but my counterpunch to this is like I saw and obviously against a completely different team, but in the previous game that the Swedes played like 3 days ago, it was one of their maps was Process, and they really sort of struggled. They had like a couple of okay moments, but they were kind of just getting shut out for large portions of the game, and like maybe it isn't quite all what it's cracked up to be. And yeah, some of these newer players could be pretty cracked. But I think honestly, there's still probably favourites coming into it. The Swedes, like you say, Alba and even what a duo. But I maybe don't think it's going to be quite so simple for them.
Yeah, this is, once again, it's probably still going to be quite close. We saw that on map number 1, right? Even though it wasn't all boomer map, both teams seemed very happy and ready to play it. Bloking has it obviously experienced on it as well. Everyone and their brother is experienced. with process. I'm so sorry, I got a text and that distracted me immensely. But we are going live. Map number 2, Poland 2024 qualifiers here. It is the knockout group here. Winner gets a step closer to qualifying to the LAN. And we are straight into middle. And we are straight onto Smear, instantly getting hit down and finally shot down by Sake, who shoots out so many rockets. Quick aggression here for the Bloking Hazard. Pays off with a Demo Man kill, but they had very little positioning on the mid.
Yeah, and the counter push into Whip didn't quite do enough. It got Whip so a little bit, takes an arrow, but now we're into a temporary 4v4, never mind. It's a 4v3 as, yeah, the Swedes going to have to start backing their way out. They went in aggressively. They tried to somehow get any more kills, but Whip seemed to have some sort of plot armor in that mid and wasn't able to go down. As the Swedes all the way now, just turtling up, not going to allow Bloking Hazard to get anything more than just a midpoint. But yeah, nice mid. Again, that fast bomb straight in onto Smear. It's a risk, right, when you go for the fast rollout, when you land on the pack and take it early. Soldiers will land in your face, and they do just that. As we settle down onto this second point for our first stalemate.
Even Ubers, both sides, chilling. As Swedes now going to have to deal with a bit of an aggressive whip coming in around Al-Qaeda, as he instead going to take a tiny amount of punishment. But you can see now the Swedes kind of redirecting the spam over once again. There is just one soldier in Satan holding that PC as, yeah. Bloking Hazard, want to try and make something happen? They get the force? How? What?
I think that was maybe to save Smear, but yeah, that was a really early pop from Onkaya, right? There was a couple of low players, but it didn't seem too dangerous. Whip was just being threatening, I guess, on the grass, just walked in. Yeah, like, the pressure was just too much, I guess. But yeah, Onkaya, no Uber charge left anymore, and now this is going to open the gates and open the doors as Whip and Co decide to walk back in once more, but this time with full Uber charge advantage, and it doesn't seem like anyone's here to contest them.
Yeah, absolutely no one. Everyone's just kind of walking forwards, and they have this big advantage, which they can now use to push last. They're kind of looking at 3, maybe 4, as there is a heavy coming up, but he's not on top quite yet. It's going to be Dart and the rest of his team positioning. That's the Uber coming straight in onto the sentry gun. His Whip taking that down. Half tap time on the point already. Huge damage dealt on top, and it's actually on Kaya, just not surviving. The pipes out of Whip find 2. Now Soldier going down as well. 1 soldier left on the point. Satan is 28 HP, but Smear is a lot more, 169, and he makes everything happen for his team. Finds 3, maybe make it a no! He loses the 1v1 KO! Picks it up for his team.
He'd done the hard part as well, right? It was just like we said last time, the 4v1 was nearly on for Smear, and he nearly made it work. This time, it was arguably maybe even a harder situation, right? Hits all the damage, gets the shots out onto point, but he's low HP. He can't just pipe KO because he'll die to the splash as well. But I guess he can maybe. But like, yeah, losing the melee fight and KO. What a 1v1 clutch from the medic as first round is on the board. For Bloking Hazard, they went 2-0 down last map, but this time taking the charge very early on and with a quick mid-winter conversion, they'll be pretty happy with that.
This time around on mid, it's an early aggression once again, and it's finding both soldiers on the Swedish side going down with Satan and down. Instead now, a lot of damage dealt, but KO survives for now in his own PC. Running forwards is Whip, and that is so many dead members on the Swedish side. They cannot fight mid anymore. They keep that medic alive. On Kaya, he's fine. Chilling. Yeah. We're back on a mid. Second, even Uber stalemate.
Yeah, like the focus just didn't seem like it was there, right? They had so much damage, but it was all kind of smeared like butter over the rest of the Bloking Hazard team, and yeah, not able to get anywhere near enough kills, losing a lot themselves. And this time, yeah, back to the same situation from before, but last time this kind of crumbled unceremoniously, right? Onkaya forcing out to very, very little pressure out from sewers. So this time they're going to have to prevent that from happening, because yeah, like we see out the power, just getting even one force out is actually going to be a complete massacre in IT. Okay, Satan going down at his own hand. Even going to be there to pick up the pieces though, and with 2 picks down, Guard's been able to get in onto mid, but nice surf up from KO, landing up just above the point onto the crates, and he's going to survive this sack attempt.
Yep, that is good enough for now. KO staying alive, but that is 2 players going down. You have to wonder, when are we getting the off classes? When are they coming out? Both players on the red side spawn and elect not to go on an off class. Instead, once again, last time it worked out well for Bloking Hazard to go towards his Al-Qaeda, managed to force out that Uber from Onkaya and able to push off of that instead. Now, straight back down. Onkaia's slight position a bit differently. Hopefully, this time around, just does not get forced in as easily.
Yeah, this time, yeah, playing a little bit further back on the point, not quite playing right up into that fence and just keeping it smearing nice and topped up, which maybe taking a fair bit of damage down to below 100, down to 50 actually. But is able to re-engage as Satan now going to be the one to try and force people back with a bit of a fake one, but Satan going to be the one to actually commit in. As Satan goes down, Triple going to be just about getting out alive though as well, and yeah, this aggression seems to be saved for now. Whip going to be actually caught out. Okay, with Demoman down, this could be an opportunity for a push out, but Gar getting caught by the direct straight at the choke point. Going to force out a nice use there from Monkaya to save out Spirius. Uber Traders, but the picks seem to always be going the way the Swedes.
No projectile classes hit for the Bloking hazard, so instead they're forced to give up this high ground. Triple comes in! He gets the kill onto Onkaya. It's Triple Punk with a nice heads-up play, keeping his team in the round so far. KO barely survives that as well. 70 HP, and now he's about 30 when he managed to get out. Fortunately, health back helping him out a little bit. So now, KO is going to be building Uber shots. That is a soldier hiding in PC. Sure.
Maybe only going to catch Sake, if anything, right? Oh, nice trade. There we go.
Classic.
Yeah, well, I guess what is pretty happy for them is that soldier isn't going to be getting anywhere near KO, because KO now wants to try to build this advantage. Currently sat at 60% Uber, but has to obviously get to 100 to be able to use it, and Gary is going to try and stop that from being the case, because a couple of nice rockets there, but not quite enough. KO able to get to the pack, who's sort of living dangerously around this point, constantly the centre of attention for the Swedish players as they decide to try and spam him. Really want to try and deal with this advantage. There's another soldier coming in as well now. Satan this time, and this time he is going to do the deed and get it onto KO. And in the back lines, Mix tries to just about salvage onto Onkaya, who's able to get out, and Sake as well going to try and go in, but not enough. Big advantage now for the Swedes.
Huge advantage, but not in the health department. It is so... Health bars are so low here for the Swedes. Onkaya has to watch out. He's so very low. Gets a scout running straight in onto his face. But unfortunately doesn't hit the shot, but Sake does. He comes flying in, and he takes down that kill. That is Uber's safely salvaged for the Bloking hazard.
What are we watching? What on earth did we just watch? Or maybe going to try and forget that one, but yeah, nice salvage coming in from Sake, able to salvage what was a pretty rough scenario there. If Onkaya keeps alive there, then that's a big push coming on. Massive advantage. The players up as well. Going to be getting just more than the midpoint, and as it stands now, actually it's KO who's got the ad. KO getting an earlier spawn despite both meds going down in that fight. Going to be sitting at about a 30% ad, definitely enough to work with, and they are going to be working with it as they start looking their way in towards choke.
Weaseling their way forward here. They have an Uber advantage to play off of, but they have to watch out for the soldier bomb that comes in onto KO, but he swiftly technically dodges it for now, but they lose their soldiers in the process. That's Mix going down alongside Sake. Both soldiers for both teams now going down, and that means the Swedes is taking a little bit longer. Uber popped onto Whip, but there's no real follow through here into this push at all. One kill onto Smear, there's another scout behind. Should just get taken down eventually as Bevan, who's running around, gets taken down. Now, on Kai, big advantage. Are we playing ping pong again? Question mark? No demo?
Yeah, it's possible, right? Smear is going to be another 4 seconds before spawn and gets denied forward spawns, and so does Bevan, which I guess might tempt the Bloking hazard side and see if they can go for some sort of sack, but actually never mind, the Swedes don't want to wait around at all as they're jumping in straight onto the demo, going to try and get onto the medic as well as KO goes down. And the Swedes currently causing a deluge all the way in odds the midpoint. Mix getting caught out in sewer potentially as well as the only 2 survivors.
Oh!
But on Kayak horse!
Oh no! I was about to say there's a beastly bucket coming out of the soldier there onto the bomber, but instead on Kayak caught the very end there. Just a player walking in through sewers, taking him down. Now KO is up and he's not feeling great. He's still down 3 teammates, but that is on Kayak getting a forward spawn and the rest of the team getting a back spawn. Where players in spawn? Forward? Nope, never mind. We're just chilling on second, even Ubers. We're chilling.
Yeah, like, even-ish. And I'm not sure, like, KO maybe has been put off by how that last one went because, oh, wait a second. Oh, Satan decides to drop off it. He wasn't fancying it. I saw him going in a funny corner. Little wall bug. But yeah, last time KO walked in and actually almost died at like 98% because they walked before the Uber was ready and they had 2 soldiers landing in front of his face. So this time maybe being a bit more cautious, but looking to start getting ready to come through choke now. 95% on KO. On KO still down at 60. So massive advantage actually has been built up from the Bloking hazard side as they're starting to walk their way across, and might as well can get in this for free. And Kyra and Co don't want anything to do with it.
Yep, nope. Swedes just backing right off onto second once again. Is a little bit reminiscent, let's say, of what we saw on map number 1 of Gullywash, right? With both teams kind of swinging Uber advantages back and forth. Both medics getting caught out post for Uber fights basically every time. I saw Soldier Bomb coming through, hoping to see if maybe Gar tried to catch something, but unfortunately Bloking has it. Sitting a bit further away, now they're sitting around Choke, might send in a soldier of their own. But yeah, we're chilling. We're walking back into Al-Qaeda. This is the play that Bloking has been going for over and over and over again. The Soldier Bomb in through Choke finds no medic. And instead, now it's a lot of damage dealt here onto those Choke players on Bloking Hazard.
That's the risk, right? When you send your med all the way into sewers, try and beam a demo is those people that are sat in Choke. There's no beam for them, no overheal, no arrows. So Sake and Make will be screaming there for KO to come back and give some arrows, give some overheal. Try and help them set back up. But yeah, the pressure, I guess on that first time it's really worked out that well for Bloking Hazard out through Sewer and Al-Qaeda, but this time they're going to actually try and go for it again. Getting jumped in by Gar, who's actually gone all the way in and hard committed. Okay, that's a pick, that's something to work with. Maybe a slight overstep there from Gar, but now with one pick up and Staten going in aggressive as well, maybe this is the opportunity to start sending some sacks of their own.
I'm gonna have to do it though. That is a really nice shot there onto the soldier, denying him from going forward as well. Even still, but that's a soldier bombing in onto Smear, gets the demo kill as well. So many low health bars here on the blue side, and it's uber pop for both teams. This is looking mighty good for Bloking Hazard as they do just take control of second here. There's no positioning for Satan, no saving him for Onkaya as everyone falls the wipe on second. And this is looking good for Bloking Hazard if they remember to cap the point. Come on. Oh, there we go. Scouts on point. Smear's alive, but he's in spawn, and this spawn cap, this bin, has to be good for the Bloking Hazard if they want to get this round.
Still 5 more seconds though for the rest of the spawners to come in, right? Like because they're really getting 2 spawners. Smear wasn't getting all of his friends back just in time. But yeah, the collapse comes in, and great work. I want to highlight again that bomb from Sake. Just manages to sneak in through top IT. Gets into top lobby, lands a perfect bomb with the aggression across the point, catches Smear before the Uber charge comes out, and I believe its scout is also dropped before the Uber, and yeah, there's nothing that Onkaya and Smear are going to do after that. Trying to back out into rollout, getting caught out, a nice clean-up, nice lockout. And from Bloking Hazard as 2-0 up. Maybe getting a bit of deja vu again from last game, right? But just this time in reverse.
Yeah, this time around, it's Bloking Hazard up 2-0. We'll have to see if this time the Swedes can make the comeback that Bloking Hazard weren't able to do on map number 1. As this time around on mid, the Swedes are going much more aggressive here onto the enemy side, doing so much damage, but no kills coming across quite yet. Satan bombing in, wanting to find the follow-up, but he's just not quite finding it. It's Sake finding the kill into Onkaya, and this mid-fight, once again, it's collapsing for the Swedes. Enemy team in enemy sewer. And we'll have to see, can Alba come in on the pizza skin, try to clean up? No, he can't. The Smear looking in, gets a kill onto Whip, but the Uber comes out of KO in time to save the rest of his team. And this might very well just be a mid-fight victory here for Bloking Hazard in the end. Satan, only one up, he's not finding anything.
Yeah, absolutely not. But I guess that the one saving grace right there, if you're the Swedes, is that at least that Uber charge got used. So at least now it's even Ubers. Like, there's a world there where if they get out of sewer without having to use the Uber charge, then we're in the same situation as round number 1, right? Where it's big Uber advantage taking it to second, and then potentially taking it into last as well. But in fact, they managed to take second regardless, walking all the way in, maybe overstepping. KO going to be taken down. Some nice work by Satan, and lose even more as well. More are going to be coming in. Trying to salvage. Sake going to try and salvage over, jumping into 2 scouts. Not exactly advisable. Going to decide he's seen enough. Going all the way back into IT. And now the Swedes perhaps trying to get themselves a foot in this game.
They do have a medic advantage here, so it should be fine. But we can't get too excited, Ben. We're paused. We're
locked in position. Yeah, we're locked in position. Yeah, I don't want to. I never like to theory craft too much about causes of pauses or like, oh, there must have been a round at this time, so this whatever. But yeah, like
no,
this is a. Beforehand, you were saying like you were pointing out the scouts and opinions like scout diff, and then obviously Process is like a great map for scouts. Like, how are you thinking about that? Like halfway through this game, think it stands up?
Yep, this is looking kind of good. If Onkaya can stay alive here, because there is a soldier aggression we have seen out of Bloking Hazard has been pretty successful onto Onkaya, but right now he's sitting at what is effectively 100% Uber advantage, right? On this, what is right now 68% is going to be way more by the time KO spawns as well. be some aggression here, maybe potentially coming out of sick. He is sitting on top of IT. Could do something. Question is, does he? Are we expecting this? Surely we're expecting this. No, Beevan's chasing him.
Yeah, he's also fired a rocket as well, right? Like in towards IT. Like, yeah, surely. Yeah, he's looking up. He's looking directly up. 100%. But yeah, we're hearing we're getting a bit of information on the pause. See what's Oh no, KO is disconnected. You hate to see it. We're getting Prem final flashbacks this season. Medic disconnecting. Hopefully that hasn't caused too much impact on the outcome of this game, or at least one of the rounds. But if he's disconnected, I'm not sure what that might mean. Does that mean he's logging back in? Does it mean he's re-plugging the router back in, telling everyone to stop watching Netflix in his house?
RQ? Question mark?
Excuse me?
RQ? Question mark? Rage quit? Thoughts?
Oh, maybe, yeah. Maybe. Could be. But it had to go really badly in like the next minute and a half, right? Like,
yes.
the 2-0 up, it'd have to be like absolutely disastrous.
It has to be the most tilting thing you've ever seen. There's is almost definitely UK internet striking again.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The internet
As it
is terrible. Whereabouts is your internet at the minute? Are you like international waters still? Or are you
yeah, so I have my dinner plate, which is like an aluminium like sphere or like circle that I have attached some wire to, and I just kind of put it out there, you know, and then hopefully, yeah, the signals they catch sometimes is actually, if I go a bit lower, I hit the floor, and then I can just tap in directly to like the line of internet that runs across the ocean. I can use that, and that's kind of nice. But like, yeah, it's a bit. Unfortunately, the whales are really loud, so sometimes you just can't hear anything.
Yeah, that's maybe unfortunate. That's why, yeah, they're getting the exact perfect audio quality we're used to having. But
I actually hope everyone realizes right now that this is entirely just due to the fact that I'm tossing from my phone. That is all it takes to unpause the game. Let's go.
There we are. Right, game back on as sake. Goes for a rather aggressive plane through choke. Try and ramp slide in, but not going to land anything onto Onkaya. Onkaya, like you said, massive uber advantage, sitting probably about 60%. Onkaya going to be getting in about another 5 more seconds. Going to be taking the rest of the combo up towards the top of sewer. And there's not a great deal of resistance, right? There's a couple of sticky traps. Everyone else on the Bloking Hazard side has given it up and backed out all the way to last.
Yep, we're back on last here. KO is sitting at about 75%. He's probably going to get this in time before last, so he's have to be super, super quick about this push. Have to dot push it now. 95, 96, 100% for KO means that this push out of the Swedes is going to be met with an equal Uber charge from the enemy team. Should they even be able to get the force out? It's a very early kill onto the sentry gun, and that pops the pulse. Oh, the pop rather coming out for KO, but it's a kill onto Smear now. No demo man for the Swedes. 1 kill onto Safe. Decent start here from Albert, but where's the rest of the follow-up? No team in for him. He just ends up going down, and that is Bloking Hazard holding on for now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always the worst case, right? When you think you've got advantage and you walk in and you just see the enemy medic just shiny in front of your face. Nice shot there onto Satan. Nice little air shot coming in as the rest of the aggression coming out now from Bloking Hazard. But yeah, building very well over on KO. Is able to get themselves. We've restored Ubers and everything. Okay, so this is where the disconnect happened. Okay, getting KO back out with Ubers restored. Very nice. We're sorted out. But yeah, that's the pause happened. But yeah, like I said, awkward, right? When you go in, there's an Uber on the other side, and I guess most of the Swedes managed to get out, which is like pretty good for them. Like, because otherwise, there's always the risk you overcommit, you get your med too far and your demo too far, but they'll get out. We sit equal on second.
Yep, it is even. Both teams kind of sorting out. Apologies, guys. I'm a recovering COVID patient, so sometimes that stuff kind of slips out. But that is just KO. Kill biting? I'm so confused. What's going on, guys?
Huh?
Oh, what is this? Wait, what happened? What's he kill bite? Wait, and now we're bumping Ubers. What's going on?
Oh
no! He just pressed K. Oh, there's no way.
Yeah, man's typing his name like in console or something. What? I don't. What are we watching?
No! This is the tilter.
Oh my
This
god.
this is worse than Condog just kind of pushing into River on his own.
Oh, I guess it's because like when it's paused, like your inputs still come through, right? He probably just like pressed his kill button during the pause or something. Wait,
No,
it was after the
he
pause.
has like a solid minute and a half of gameplay afterwards.
Wait, it was after the okay, right?
Yeah, it was after everything. He just like kind of. He just got a divine premonition. He had to press the kill button right then and there. He chooses thoughts one, and he just. It's unfortunate. This gives the Swedes a massive advantage. Or I say massive. It's 70% already, and a headshot to Gar slows down the push for the Swedes for now. But the Ubers pop straight in onto Smear, who has to deal with the sentry gun, shooting him all the way back. Sentry gun doesn't even fall down until now. Sniper headshot comes out onto Bieber, and decent point play coming out, but Stickies is still on it, and that is Bloking heads of holding on to the Uber charge of just coming up here. 4KO, killbind, maybe tactical.
Yeah, it gives a false sense of security, right? Like, because yeah, KO now actually just has full ad, so perfectly played, and yeah, very nice hold coming in. I gotta say, like, getting that sniper pick just like 5 seconds before the Uber charge is coming through is so big. Then he one less soldier to deal with, one less player getting up into panic room, and he even deciding to go on a sniper of his own, going to try and do some damage, but getting distracted around well enough by Mix, not able to land anything, but the soldiers are, and Smear with the trap, getting it right across the point. KO dropping once more, and now see what they can salvage in Bloking Hazard, trying to get into on Kaya, soldier and scout, but not enough as Kaya all the way back. With 2 scouts of his own, going to be so hard to get onto here.
KO once again dropping that Uber makes it so big on Kaya. Beautiful surf there from the bomb onto Sake, looked really good. But dude, KO man, he's having a rough little series right now.
There was 3 drops on map 1.
There's like 3 drops on map 1. Map number 2, he disconnects into accidentally kill binding into dropping an Uber charge, like 3 lives in a row.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah, and the result of that is actually now the Swedes back with another chance to get back in this game. So there's 11 minutes left. There's still some residual Ubercharge advantage for them as they decide to walk in through Al-Qaeda State, going all the way behind, but that might just be one less player able to participate in the fight and able to deny this point push. State going to try and get back in towards Choke, but sure they're aware of this, yeah, and Kaya staring backwards, very much aware of this. I'm going to try and walk in already, but KO has. And yeah, the Uber charge just built well enough. Mick's going to be there trying to block everyone into one. Not going to manage it. As we traded out, and now back with no one having Uber, but second point has been picked up in the meantime.
Yep.
God,
now
KO, what?
Oh, what? Wait, how?
He just walks in one. He just walks in one and gets med.
Okay, now, huge advantage for the Swedes. They have heal advantage. They're not pushing this, however. Look, they're playing back. They want to push in with an Uber advantage. Instead, choosing just to build this up. And you can see Triple Punk instantly responding, coming up from the sniper. I feel like if there is a map where you are a sniper, you can potentially get a headshot onto the medic as he comes in. It's probably this map. Sake as well, wants to get something done, instead picked up by Bieber. This is the Swedes setting themselves up for a round on the board here, as on Kaya now, 80%. They're looking to take lobby already, but they have to be careful. This Triple Punk sniper can do work here. Looks like they're in lobby safely. It's 100% they're looking to go in.
Yeah, looking straight in through 4. This is where they decided to go the last couple of times, but it's the first and where they've really had the proper full advantage. Scouts on the point, going to get quite a lot of cap time and getting the kill under Sake as well, but even going to pay with his life. Getting caught out on the point, see if Smearing now, it's all under him. Can he get the damage over onto the Heavy? The Heavy hasn't been focused down well enough just yet as he's still alive. And there's low health all over the place on the Bloking Hazard side, like you say, but not focusing the kills well enough. And getting a bit of cap time, it's all well and good, but like you've got to finish it off.
It feels like Smear did all the damage in the world there pushing forwards. Once again on his 400 GPM grind. But unfortunately there, as you said, not quite enough focus fire to be able to get those crucial kills. Everyone on Bloking Hazard was 30 HP. And this allows them to push in on it to middle for free. There's KO with 100%. And surely this time he is actually able to convert the advantage. Bevan was on sniper for a little bit. Instead, he's back on the scout. They're opting to go through PC here, taking a lot of early damage from Gar, but they get the kill. Now they're in Uber Pop, and that is 2. 3 kills for Bloking Hazard, more 1 HP, but they're finding 3, and now they're looking to find a last point.
Yeah, look how long these spawners are. There's still 11 seconds on these 3 more players coming back in. There's a Heavy up on Albert Bevan, trying to defend on Kaya as well. And Kaya's just eating spam as well across the point. And Whip all the way in. Getting this spammer onto Albert. The Scouts in as well. Triple gonna might be able to cap this out straight away. Bombman's trying to deny, but it's not quite enough. And Whip Going to secure the third round on the board for Bloking Hazard. 3-0 with only 8 minutes left in the game. It's going to be a real uphill struggle now if the Swedes are to get back in this one.
Yeah, the Swedes really have to find something else in Trigger. I think there's something to be said about them having multiple last pushes that unfortunately just didn't quite work out for them. Now, on this map number 2, they looked not really that much in control and process, but this is a good start. Satan instantly onto Whip, finding him, getting that kill. This is starting off the mid right for the Swedes. You can see Bloking Hazard, they want nothing to do with this.
Yeah, just cutting their losses completely, and like the first mid went, but just in reverse. Whip taking a bit too much damage on that rollout and landing in the middle of no man's land. No one there just yet to support him. Very early free kill coming through. The only kill on the mid. Oh, but Sake actually jumping in behind everyone onto Onkaya. Sake with the high bomb just lands and choke and does so much damage, not just to Onkaya, but to some of the other retreating players as well. And that's going to buy so much time right now because Onkaya is going to have to respawn up, going to have to start building. And meanwhile, KO almost has Uber.
KO almost has this Uber charge, but doesn't quite have players yet. He's getting them now, and you can see walking in through choke. Bloking Hazard trying to get in. There's a Demoman shooting at them pretty aggressively. The Swedes, no, they kind of have to get this for 7 minutes now at this point. There's a bomb coming in as a KO, but he finds no damage at all. And this, once again, means that the Swedes now, they're just a player down. They cannot contest this mid-fight, and they have to give it up. KO still 50% advantage, which means he's going to go directly into Al-Qaeda. They are going to keep pushing this.
Yeah, absolutely. And why not when you've still got advantage, right? On KO, others hitting 50% and Whip and Mix already jumping in. Mix maybe the one taking the Uber charge across. Beef the first jump a little bit, but jumps the second one towards Mix. Combines with Whip. Gets that kill over onto Smeary. You're going to cap out second. And despite Onkaya getting an Uber charge reasonably soon, they're locked in their own last. It's really hard for them to get out of this. They're going to maybe try and make it work onto Whip. And actually, Satan coming in with good damage as well. But there we go.
Such a weird sequence there. They get the demo kill and it looks really good, but instead they get so kind of disjointed and disconnected there. Some players opting to go back while Whip opted to just go forward and KO. He just falls with spam rocket across the map from Satan. This is such a big advantage for the Swedes now. If there's ever a golden ticket to go in, get around, this is right now, because this KO falling while Onkaya has 100%. Bloking Hazard on second, but can they hold anything? No, they're walking back onto last. There should be a second point for free, and this should be the Swedes. They're looking at one right now. They're looking to go all the way in.
Surely one of these Uber Rod pushes has to work eventually, right? So maybe we're going to be jumping straight up into Panic Room, doing a bit of damage, forcing everyone onto the right-hand side. Gun hasn't been dealt with yet, gets dealt with just about now. Sake trying to block the point. There's still sticks to clear as well. Not a great deal of cap time has come through. It's all about if they can get out this damage, but it's not working. More players falling, Smear down, Gar down as well. Heavy only just getting dealt with as we're into a 3v4. Alba, last damage, Glass alive. Out in front of two, and he's against the world, and yeah, going to be chased back out. And these ad pushes for the Swedes, they've had their chances, they've had so many opportunities pushing into last with ad. Kaya dies on the way out as well. Great follow-up from Mix, but yeah, these last holds just have not been broken, and Bloking Hazard, again, just lived to fight another day. 3-0 up, 5 minutes left. Like, this is getting into the realms of improbability.
Now, yeah, as you were saying, right, it's 4 minutes, 50 seconds. It's so hard for the Swedes to come back in. It's Satan doing a really nice warbug there, trying to get in onto the medic, but doesn't quite find Gazo instead. The follow-up option can come in and claim the medic's life. Now the Swedes have to go directly forward.
Yeah, like, they're on crits, which I understand, and they've got Beaver on Sniper, so there's quite an odd cabal of classes coming through. More are going to be actually going all the way behind, straight in onto Onkaya. Not going to manage it. Nice shot from Beaven as well. Alba going to be able to cleaning up on more. Mix walking in, going to try and get this last bit of damage onto Onkaya, who somehow still survived. Okay.
Oh my god. Wow. Okay.
What are we watching? There's still time, like, technically.
They have a crit. They can take this into last here. You give this to Smear, something who's feeling his shots. He gets a 5k. There's 2 minutes for 2 rounds, and it is kind of doable, right? Sniper, though, much more of a threat now that it is a crit streak instead. But the Swedes really have to go. They do not have time to sit here on second, and it looks like the crits might just come out through rollout. It's popped, but nothing really found quite yet. Because the medic is so far away. These miracle rockets are used to spam down a sentry gun. There is 2 kills and a headshot to Whip. This is a demo down, and now the scout is low as well. The heavy is on the point, and that's Swedes with a round. They have a minute and a half per round here, Ben. Have to be so fast. Have to be so quick.
Yeah, it's possible But like you say, it has to be perfect, right? Like it has to be wipe on mid, straight up cap second, using it to last, win instantly, right? And it's so weird, right? That it was the crits round is the one that works. Crits with a sniper pushing into last. That's just like the winning formula, apparently. Just sit your sniper in, and it means that no one can peek at that right side, and there's enough spam from the crit rockets and the crit stickies. But Bloking Hazard really don't have to risk it all, to be honest. 3 minutes left in the clock. They can just sit down, sit tight, and just retreat out whenever, and getting that kill onto Sid is going to help them out a lot. As Nick's jumping in, getting a kill onto Umpire, and it falls apart. And this could be it if Alba goes down as well. Last man standing for the Swedes in a 1v2 against Triple and KO. Just buying the time, all these seconds that tick down, working, Bloking Hazard's favour. Alba somehow just living long enough to get the pass, come back in again. But this is brutal, and this is probably it.
That was such a nice scout 1v1 as well. Both scouts clearly not practicing their MG enough because they're both just kind of looking at each other doing the AD thing, and neither of them were hitting anything. Instead, now KO, huge advantage here on Kaya, on the crit streak, but it's 2 minutes, 20 seconds for 2 rounds. We are very firmly in the rounds of the mathematical impossibilities at this point. Mix is taking it down, so is Whip, but this is Dedge time, if I have ever seen it.
Yeah, the overcharge forced out eventually and choked by KO, but everyone dying for it, Satan jumping in as well. So yeah, there was about 30 or 40 seconds of hope there. The Swedes come back into it after getting that round, and then the roll out into mid. But yeah, it's been completely shut out now. It's even going to be 4-1. Bloking hasn't put another one on the board just for morale's sake. But yeah, what an odd map this has been.
This has been weird. Yeah, as you're saying, a bit odd to be completely honest, but Bloking has it now, looking in control of map number 2, as it feels like maybe they're just kind of coming to the swing of things. Honestly, really comes down to the Swedes. Number one, their last pushes have not been that good. A lot of opportunities that they've just not been able to convert, and then across the board as well. It is also just the rest of Bloking has it kind of just out macroing the enemy team in Sweden, not able to put up much of a fight there, and it sets them up now. They're down 4-1. There's even potential, dare I say it, to lose 5-1 in regulation time.
There actually is, and despite Sake being AFK in spawn as well, only the 5 players, the rest of the team are out. They're capping up mid slowly, so yeah, it's possible, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. I think honestly, that the big difference maker at this is we saw how many chances the Swedes had at pushing last. They had so many opportunities with full ad. There was some times where they thought they had ad and were pushing in aggressively, and the fact that the one that works is the one where they have crits and a sniper, like, really says something. Like, the skill is clearly there for these pushes, but yeah, they're just not conversing it. They're not coordinated enough, not well enough focus firing, and yeah, like Bloking Hazard just had a really solid defense, and that couldn't be said for the Swedes as they were getting caught out and they're losing around in the first minute and a half as well. Not looking good for them at all. But another game, another map, as we're tied 1-1, and we're actually going to be going over to Snakewater to decide this one.
Once again, another beautiful Boomer-approved map. I got a message from Whip that says, quote-unquote, KO's keyboard is dying for the record.
Okay. I'm assuming that must be to do with what the disconnect was, right? I'm assuming it was maybe some issue like that, right?
And maybe that's also the excuse you tell your team when you accidentally kill blind.
Yeah, you tell that to the team, and that's like your coping method, right? For when you've kill bound, you just
Whip is now also referred to KO's skill with a swear word. So.
We could
look at the logs.
Yeah, look at the logs instead.
Look at Triple Punk. He's playing Scout and Process. Can you imagine?
Yeah, the Scout class.
Yes. These are classic Process logs. You can see where Satan does damage in theory, but also dies 25 times and gets 12 kills. This is what it feels like to play Scout on Process and then to play something that is not Scout on Process. As this time, you can see this time around for the medics, a lot more even across the board. But, yep. Scout frag, pretty high, pretty big. Mora as well, going pretty huge. And this is looking mighty nice for Bloking Hazard. Much more of a dominant round. Much more of a dominant map for them. So now, Ben, going into Snakewater, we saw Gullywash where it kind of looked like the Swedes ended out on top, kind of edging it out. Process looked a lot better for Bloking Hazard. Are they continuing the momentum? What are we seeing?
Honestly, like I don't even know if I can predict anything, right? Like I don't know, this game has just been, I wouldn't say random, but it's been chaotic. And it's just gonna be about which team sort of thrives in that chaos the best. I sort of for the last map of the series, I imagine it's gonna be a bit, in theory it should be a bit slower paced, right? As obviously there's a lot more on the line. It's the last game of the series. People want to sort of slow things down, risk less and such. But I think if I was having to predict, I'd probably say the Swedes win it. But like off that last map, like there was so many great plays by so many of the players over on Bloking. Has like the triple just popped off completely. But if anything like that happens on map number 3, like this could be really up in the air.
Yeah, this feels like a kind of anyone's game. But maybe, yep, it is. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we flip a coin. Whoever picks heads wins. I don't know.
Yeah, genuinely, like it's still weird, because it's not just like obviously the winner of the game is a coin flip. It feels like a lot of the fights are just a coin flip, right? Like there's sort of like teams like trading into each other, and then suddenly just like everyone dies on one of the teams, but the other team keeps everyone alive, and it's just a full wipe. There's things like that just happening for reasons. We've got med drops happening all over the place due to various things, not limited to good soldier bombs and kill binds. We've had like various forces onto Onkaya because Mix and Sake are doing really well on that, and we've got like triple popping off for a map. So just anything. There's so many factors building into this. It's really hard to say which one's going to weigh up either way. But obviously it's a Snake Watch. It's a map that I guess if any map is going to slow down and like force these teams into playing like more like standard slow pace like grindy TF2, this is the one. But like I don't know. I'm not sure that's going to be the case.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen from both these teams, I don't think we're going to see that slow gameplay. They're kind of very willing to do the very standard sort of send the soldier in and kind of hope for a sec. And both teams also quite willing to play off of singular picks as well. Snakewater is a map kind of like Gully, where you can just kind of rotate around the enemy team. Do a little ring around the rosy, going in through saw, going in through grass. So a lot of space to be had walking in through grass. And I think there's a lot of aggression to be made if you are willing to do so. As long as we are not on loss, this map is pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. But the when the engineer comes up and when the sniper comes up, it gets a little bit harder. But I'm gonna I've this reason I'm gonna push you before the game goes live. Can I have a prediction?
I think that the Swedes are going to be like, oh yeah, we played this map for 20 years, and they won't win. And I think Bloking has it. They're going to take this. I think from what I saw last map, it feels like their scouts as well now have woken up. Sake has been playing such a good series. A little bit more sort of, I guess, what do you call it? I forgot. He has a lot more agency, is what I mean, on this map of Snakewater. We're rolling out, once again, this is map number 3, Poland 2024. Knockout stage of the qualifier. Whoever wins this puts 1 foot in the door, qualifying to the LAN. Loser, not out, but on the back foot. Instead, now, it is an early aggressive mid here for Bloking Hazard.
A big double bomb landing straight in onto Smear and gonna try and get in onto KO. KO goes down, but Onkaya falls as well. And look at all these low HPs left. Beaver and Alba having to run back out through the kitchen. Both low. Alba gets 2 on the way out. 2 for 1 as he's taken down. Mora going to sweep that one up, but what an explosive start. We said maybe this might slow down a bit. Maybe teams get the nerves of the last map of the series, but no. They're really brawling it out. And that mid's over within about 30 or 40 seconds. Satan going to try and hide out. Has he been spotted? I don't think he has. Going to kill in the mix. Very nicely done by Satan there. He's going to jump behind as well onto Whip. Surely not going to get anything there. But we're in chaos mode already.
Yep, we're officially in chaos mode, which is what we've been in for the last 2 maps, and we are back. But now, fortunately, even Ubers, Snakewater, even Ubers, one team is mid, one team is second. We've been here so many times. We're going to continue to be here forever. This is like one of the default situations in TF2 at this point, and we're going to have to see what the immediate solution is. Which team will be the first to break it? You can see the Swedes kind of setting up on second, waiting for their opponent to come to them.
Yeah, just currently just sat there. This is all you can do, right? Is get your traps up, get built up with Uber, both hitting about the 80% Uber mark. So both teams building very, very quickly, very efficiently. And yeah, I think, Bloking has it now. This is the time you sort of relax, think, right, first move went good. We'll just get ourselves set up, get us into that stock standard position, like you just mentioned, that everyone's played a million times before, and see how they decide to work. They win. Nice fake move for Mixer. Sake jumps in, gets one rocket onto Onkaya, goes for the second as well. But nearly manages it. Whip gonna catch out Satan in the meantime, but great movement there from Onkaya, getting all the way back out into lobby. As that double soldier coordination almost landed it.
Yep, it almost works. Unfortunately, not quite now instead. Onkaya does have to go a little bit to the back foot. It's guard going down as well. Soldier in the skybox, please, I'm begging you. No one goes for that air shot. But the force comes out onto Onkaya now instead. Both teams popping in Zuba, but it's looking kind of favorable here for the Brokes. Getting some kills on second. They're 2 players up right now. And they're walking straight into lobby. Finding the kill into Onkaya. Triple Pump going down in return. But now, big Bloke. They have such a big advantage due to the Bloke hazards. And they are just coming in straight through shutters. No heals on the enemy side. But God, huge damage there onto the scouts. No heals, no matter. Because he just nukes everyone in shutters.
Yeah, and Satan comes in to follow up as well, because Scar is up on that little window, does some good damage, and then Satan jumps in and finishes off what he started, and they lose 4 players on the push. The soldiers, Satan and Gar, coming in absolutely clutch there. Like you said, it could have been such a gnarly scenario, right? Med down, there's players milking their way into last already, but yeah, massive damage, and that's what happens. One corner goes unchecked, and the entire push is over like that.
Yep, now Bloking has it on the back foot, relying a little bit on that triple punk sniper in forward spawn. Try and see if you can find any angle on to the opposing med. Really the only thing he's kind of looking for at the moment. We can see now Swedes swarming in onto mid, various angles. There's 2 soldiers sitting on top as well, spamming out for now. Maybe we'll see a double bomb coming in. It is 1 soldier going in, the second one eats some damage, but that is Onkaya so far away and so for 1 soldier. Sneaky Sake is in behind. He's gonna run forward. He's in onto Onkaya. She's 1. Onkaya manages to dodge forward. Doesn't quite go down and he lives. Triple Punk still in forward though.
Oh, Triple getting spammed down as well, and KO's go down in the meantime to guard. The movement on Onkaya, man, is absolutely outrageous. And the movement just does not force, refuses to force. How many meds would pop in that scenario? Soldier comes off the hook straight in front of your face, and yeah, Onkaya does not care at all, laughs it off. And this time getting bombed at the second challenge, going to force to this one instead. Needed to take him down to 50 HP. Oh, look at the picks. They're all the way up, going to get second mixed down as well. And it'll be a while till KO gets Uber. They're not even going to be at disad after using there. So now they can really slow things down if they should want to and start looking in onto last. Triple's already getting a gun up, but plenty of time to work with just yet.
It's even Ubers though for both teams. Both teams have medics up, they have time, they have everyone up. It is just probably going to be a bit of a stalemate here. Neither team. Swedes can't really push. We're probably just waiting for a bit of a sack at the moment as we slow the game down. This is the conundrum point. How do we break this sentry gun?
It's the age-old question, right, of Snake Water Last. The sentry gun on the grass with a sniper watching the right side is such a hard hold to break. Arguably one of the hardest. There are options. You can run snipers, you can run banners, you can run some people like to run like man treads and stuff. There's various weird things you can cook up, but I suppose anything's going to start with someone sacking so that they can either change class, change loadout, or just go for the sack. So we'll see who is going to be taking it. Ingar taking a bit of a buff. Smear as well as the combo decides to rotate around up into lobby. Here's Smear actually just walking out onto the grass, going to try and spam down the gun just for free, and actually gets it for free. That's a start, okay, straight in onto the gun. Gar going to get some good damage onto Mix as well. And, oh, never mind. Nice shot from Mora.
Yeah, that completely shuts down any aggression. The kill onto Smear onto Bevan. This might even prompt a push. So much damage being dealt as Whip goes forwards and ends up paying a price as well. But it's 2 up for the Swedes. They're going to have to give up second here. What happened? Absolute crunch. And now Onkaya, he might even be stuck on grass highs to get the AD. We're a little backwards and forwards here on grass. Doesn't want to pop this. He's going to wait for his friend. Maybe there's a repush happening. He's staring these guys down.
Yeah, surely he's going to have to force eventually, and eventually does gets the kill out onto Mora, but look how far back KO is going to be able to use out so much later onto Mix and Triple. See what damage they can get into lower. They get onto 1, onto Alba. Can they get Smeary as well? They do. Onkaya going to retreat all the way up into Kitchen. Might be getting out alive, even coming in to try and slow people down, just sacrificing his life in lower just to stem the push. Let Onkaya get out and just about buys enough time as Onkaya and Gar running all the way back out. But yeah, the counter push coming through, and always say that's what happens. You hit a couple of good sniper shots on last, and you can start doing that sort of things more, going absolutely massive and buying a lot of points. But there's some funny business in forwards.
Look at forwards. There's 2 players in forwards spawn, and there's a KO right next to it. Soldier bombing in onto him as well, next in forwards. And this movement to step it out onto the pack. We're fine. Everything's good. No one's harmed. It's even Ubers. We're on Snake second.
That was such a great serve from KO, right? Jumping around in front and landing straight on the pack. That was beautiful. Such low HP. As always, what, like 30 or 40 HP. Any more damage from the heavy or from rockets would have sealed the deal onto him. But as it stands, actually has a slight amount of ad. I'm not sure that they're aware of it or going to be using it, as they're just sort of poking around. And this is where we were right after the first mid. And as we saw from that, it didn't go too well. He sent the well-coordinated double attack onto Onkaya, but it just wasn't enough. See what they've got cooking up this time.
We'll have to see what they've got cooking. So far, it feels like we are cutting onions and we are chopping up the rest of our mirepoix, and we're just kind of putting them in a pan. And we're not really doing anything else. We're waiting. We're letting it sit. We're letting it marinate. We're starting to cook. We're nowhere near complete. I don't know how many food puns I have, I'm going to be honest. I probably have a lot. There's a soldier hiding in a corner. Satan, waiting for someone to turn around and meet their demise. Maybe. Potentially.
Yeah.
Those stickers are right next to him, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
There's a right click away from this guy.
Onkaya gets forced.
Wait, he's forced? Huh?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I completely missed that. Onkaya just using, we saw this one time last map, right? He got taken low HP and 40 HP on Onkaya, and that is enough to get the force out. And yeah, what an advantage now for Bloking Hazard. Just in the same position, but Onkaya doesn't have Uber. They're going to start trying to walk their way in, and the Swedes decided to walk their way back too, as they are forced all the way out of cheese by Mix, and more are able to cap the point up. And yeah, they're just really working their way in, want to get this done as quickly as possible so they're going to have as much ad left by the time they get into last. But there's still ages there. There's only 30 seconds until KO's going to have Uber. Until Onkaya's going to have Uber, excuse me.
This is, I think Onkaya kind of channeling his old idol of Panzilla and popping way too early. Now instead, it is 2 Swedes just going down on the push as well. Uber comes out, but it finds 2 kills in return. 3 dead now for Bloking Hazard. That heavy is up, and no one is there to deal with him. Instead, he can just shoot, spend so much money, because that gun is very expensive, and he keeps his team in the game. There's Alba. Now on Kaya, Uber of his own. They're probably going to wait for some spawners coming up right now. Satan up in 5 seconds, and this is looking like a Swedish repush.
Yeah, Triple Punk has come up on Spy, so I believe there might be an attempt at some funny business, but Bevan still sat out on last, aware of the possibility of someone trying to be slightly comedic. But Mix, the one really doing the funny thing, dropping in!
Oh!
Massive sink once again. Mix going absolutely massive, getting an arrow as well. Triple gets the kill into Smeary as well. And it's 6v2. This could be round winning for Bloking Hazard. There's just a gun to deal with, and they're walking in. Triple on the Spy can even sap it if they need to, can walk straight towards the point. Evens up as well with crits in the shotgun.
There's a crit shotgun.
It's not big enough, and Bloking Hazard get themselves on the board. 10 minutes in, they're 1-0 up. Taking the lead.
This all starts with Onkaya getting caught out of position a couple of times, getting forced, and then in the following sequential life, dropping that Uber. Really nice bomb coming out of the red soldiers, but that gives Bloking Hazard such a nice lead here on Snakewater. It has been some longer rounds here. We've been going backwards and forwards, but this lets them sit very nicely. 1 round up. It's still 19 minutes left. Anything to play for, we're back on mid.
Yeah, absolutely. Last time we saw a rather aggressive instant bombs in and Mix going in as well. Sick in also trying to land onto Onkaya and Smear, and everyone's just surrounding this blue combo. But in the meantime, their own combo is being taken down. Gar going in, and Onkaya somehow with the plot armor is still alive over towards Red Soul, but going to be not taken down. Okay, 10 HP on Onkaya, gets the pack as well. Great movement, even going to try and defend him from Mix. Survives the onslaught. Onkaya coming out with some heroics. There's still Triple to deal with. Even Satan going to be locking him into the kitchen, and yeah, great movement again. Onkaya showing his skills, taken down to 12 HP, but not clearing at all.
This is looking good for the Swedes. This is a round that they won, the mid-fight that they needed desperately. Coming in onto grass already, there is no red presence on second at all. There's some stickies on lower coming out from Whip, but besides that, there's a sentry gun on last, and we are waiting for Triple Punk to come up on that sniper. Gonna look for something. It is only 31% for KO, as now Swedes getting to lobby. They're looking for a last push.
They're going to be walking straight through lower. The gun is so far back. it's not really denying the entrances too well. We're just going to deny these rotations. So we're going to get onto the gun eventually. The sticks take a bit of time to clear because they're above the point. But now it's an absolute nuke towards the left spawn door. Can they get the damage they need? Smear's gone down and so has Albert and so has Gar. This heavy has lived for too long. The heavy still getting arrowed. KO just keeping triple alive on the heavy. And Unkaya the only one to live.
Once again, it's just those last pushes with advantage to the Swedes. They're not quite able to convert these big advantages, and they fail once again. This puts Block Hazard now in a decent spot. They get to the second pick up, they have an Uber charge, and they can look to come in onto middle. Swedes are setting up a little bit, have time, but you're really, right now, if you are the Swedes, you're just looking to try and get this force on the KO. He has been susceptible to being caught out in the past, this time opting to go through catwalk, but his pipes out a smear across the server, straight onto whip, and that is no one with KO anymore. Has to walk back into Soul, no Demo Man now, for choking Hazard, for Bloking Hazard, and they have to walk back.
Yeah, losing Demo is so big, and Unkaya actually is up to 75% Uber, so the Ubers aren't even an advantage anymore for Bloking Hazard, and Gar and Smear want to walk and push the issue straight away, but Smear caught out. Mix has gone in as well, Uber charge used out from KO, but Unkaya all the way back. Not going to get too much other than onto Gar and Smear. Going to try and bomb in and try and get this force out. Mix is in, big damage, Unkaya forces out eventually, Sake goes in as well. And both the soldiers being sacrificed to get that Uber charge off of the blue medic. And maybe Satan overstepping slightly there into Saw, but still player advantage now up for Bloking Hazard.
Bloking Hazard walking straight back in onto middle. They don't have an advantage, but they do have a player at least a little bit for now. Getting another kill there onto Bevan, but losing their own Demo Man. Whip going down. It's a trade of kills across the board, and it seems like honest Alba walking forwards and hitting some shots onto that scout, trying desperately to get that kill down. He finally finishes the kill on Mora. Now even Ubers still, but Swedes up one player, and they have a go button bound on their mouse and keyboard. They're walking onto grass already. This might be a KO caught out. He doesn't quite make it into cheese, and Satan finds him instead now. He can bounce around on this train, and he's looking fine. There's a soldier in through Storm, might get you even, but we should be fine. Gar here to support, and this, once again, surely the Swedes. The medic isn't even up there yet. They're walking in, and this should be around. They should be able to convert.
Yeah, we've seen full Uberab, but what about full Uberab with two players up? Neither soldier still spawning in yet for Bloking Hazard, as everyone getting spammed out in front of this right spawn. Alba doing big damage as well. And yeah, Spear and Alba combined together, that's what they need. They don't just need the Uberab, they need a few players as well. But yeah, catching the kill into KO and Cheese is absolutely massive. And those salvages coming through, players in Sword don't quite do enough. But yeah, back on the board, 1-1, half the game left to go, and we're basically just playing random at 15, right?
It's all tied up here on this middle. We're coming right into it, and both teams, they've been going backwards and forth. This time, the Swedes overcoming the demons a little bit, managing to convert that last push, finally getting around on the board. Only manages one on a process, two to take it away on Gullywash this time around. They're going to need at least one more if they want to cap this off with a win. We're back on mid, and this time around, we're playing it much slower.
No instant double bomb. We've seen both teams like to go for them very aggressive across, and it's very high risk, high reward, right? If you get in onto the combo, big rewards, what we saw previously, it can go south. But this time, it looks like space being sort of traded back and forth between the teams. And Mix actually be the first one to sort of jump high and threaten something, denying a little bit, but Sake coming in, trying to follow up. But in the meantime, Smear has just hit the pipes of his life over towards Sorrel. Kaya getting jumped as well. And yeah, 3 picks. They just sort of collapse, right? They get 1 pick over and over to Whip, and yeah, everyone else is like, you know what, we need to salvage in now, and they don't get anything. So really nice from the Swedes, as they're going to cap mid, going to cap second, and start pushing up towards last and getting themselves ready for the long haul, potentially.
Yep, this is even Ubers on both sides, and there's a sniper up on one team. There's a soldier bombing in, though. He wants nothing to do with this sniper, and he does manage to catch out Mora. Now, Gar does go down in return, but that is a sniper down, and a second soldier bomb coming straight in. Actually, gun is now up, but the Swedes are trying to pressure this out just a little bit, peeking over towards that last point. We have to be careful. They can't get caught by too much spam, and now in return, it is Gar right back up. I don't think he's holding the spawn door open for anyone, and instead, we are just back on even classes, both teams, and sniper back up. Mora wants another shot.
Yeah, so this is like basically the same scenario we were in like 45 seconds ago, except now Bloking Hazard have like the gun in the best spot on the grass. So it's kind of just like an upgrade for them. But last time I think we saw Smear just like walking through lower and just go for it straight away. But this time Satan deciding to jump in and try and catch him. A really nice arrow there, but not quite enough to keep him alive. But yeah, last time the gun was able to be pressured out just instantly, like almost a free. But Mix this time seems to be a bit more diligently holding the lower area. And actually might be seeing a counter attack coming through. One pick from just Satan. We've got pressure coming out of lobby all the other sides. So Bloking Hazard not wanting to sit the ground. We see some teams just like turtle out when they're on their own last. But they seem to poke out a little bit. They're not willing. They're not afraid. Walking a bit. But yeah, going to give it up once the spawn comes in.
Yeah, question is, how far are you really willing to go, right? There's 1-1, and it's 3.5 minutes until a free mid-fight, right? Unless you get a massive advantage, there is absolutely no reason for the Bloking Hazard to really push out here. Instead, they can just sit back, relax for 3 minutes, let the Setsuga do its work, let Smear get taken down by the sniper, and that might prompt a push.
Yeah, absolutely. They might be catching more as well, yes. Going to catch that kill in onto Bevan in lower, and Darren and Satan going to try and drop down, try and do the damage, but that means that no one's holding up top, and the force comes out onto Onkaya. They're taking so much spam. Whip going massive. Whip taken down though. But KO currently safe and sound with Mix in lobby. Not used Uber Charge just yet, and still with 2 players down. They have to be slightly careful of last, right? The Bloking Hazard, but now they've got a massive advantage to work with.
Bevan up on the sniper, trying to take matters a little bit more into his own hands, and that is still an Uber on KO, but they're not willing to push this out. Instead, sitting back on last, they don't have the players. Instead, look at this scout, Alpha running so far forwards, doesn't quite get anything now. Soldier bombing in straight onto KO when he doesn't find the second rocket, but the headshot to Whip from Bevan keeps the aggression at bay for now.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe the sniper was just what they need, right? It just causes KO to think every second, right? Turn a corner, is it going to be a sniper? There is somebody watching it, Satan go for the hero shot, goes for it twice, doesn't land. It gets the splash on the ground. Mick's actually going to eat a nice little headshot in lower as well. So yeah, the sniper is actually just honestly helping the most, like prevent push-outs and actually sort of get in and try and get onto KO. But in the meantime, Smear has managed to force KO, I believe, in lobby. So never mind, we're back to Uberad.
That was Smear going down to a sword kill as well, so it must have been some whiffs coming out of the scout. Now you can see much more defensive position. Sentry gun coming up, being built there by Mora. Triple Punk on the sniper as well, who needs to hit a shot here for the Swedes, who have a massive advantage. Sniper of their own, Bevan, is going to find an opening kill onto the demo, and that is the go button for the Swedes. There's an opportunity to push, it is right now, and they are coming straight in through lower.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting that free kill onto the demo. No traps on point to work with. That shaves 5 seconds off their push time, and they're just going to go straight on. Alva's going to unflash. Onkaya's there as well, but Onkaya's going to be getting caught on the point. Mixes back in, and now the spawners are here. The players are coming on towards the point. Spear's going to be getting taken down as well, potentially, as he's low HP and now going to try and clutch it up. Sake going to get the kill, and yeah, maybe committing a bit too hard for the point there. Ubering with 2 people sat there, not quite enough. Didn't focus down quite as much as they would have hoped to. And Whip coming in, doing the damage on the spawn. But yeah, like, it was the perfect opportunity, right? Demo down, full Uberad, they go in. And it's still not enough. It has to be 3 players, right? This is what we've learned.
Yeah, this is beef coming out of the Swedes in the most classic sense of the word. That was such a big advantage. Full Uberad, no demo on the enemy team, unfortunately. They commit a bit too hard for the point, or maybe they don't even, I guess, potentially commit enough. But now, once again, finding a kill onto Triple Punk and onto Whip. This seems like they're just getting another ticket to loss. 3 dead now for the side of Bloking Hazard. And once again, Onkaya's in through lower. Yazgar with him. He has players walking forwards, but he just gets taken down. Mixes it behind. Sake as well finds that kill onto Smear. There's still Swedish players streaming in into last. They want to bin this in anyway. There's so much damage being dealt across. But KO trying to keep his team alive in the game. Triple Punk finding 1, finding 2, and he maybe just barely doesn't find the 3rd. But the Swedes collapse in the very end, and they don't manage to convert.
Yeah, absolutely. That's yeah, it's one of those where the med Onkaya going down, like, even though he doesn't have Uber, that Onkaya going down there, going through lobby is so massive, right? There's so many low HP players just having to hide behind the hut, just trying to take shelter, and like, if any of those got an arrow, that could have been such a completely different fight. But nice work from Mix, catching Onkaya in transition through lobby, and now they're going to reap the rewards. KO with big Uber advantage. Everyone's starting to walk their way across the point now for the red side of Bloking Hazard, taking their space. And still taking it rather quickly as well. Satan is actually hiding behind the wall, and he's not checked for the 2nd time this game.
Yeah, GG, that is KO getting forced, and now once again, Onkaya has an advantage. But if you don't have the Uber, you can't pop it yet. And there is so many players falling on the Swedish side. They're still pushing, but it's Mix taking this down. It's a complete wipe for the Swedes. It was looking so nice. They get the falls, but then everyone falls. It's just Satan left alive. He's on last. He has to hold this on his own, but he only finds one kill. And then Bloking has it, surging forward out of nowhere, getting another kill, and there we go.
That is unreal. That is absolutely unreal. I honestly thought Satan had completely turned it round and was like, okay, we're going to go back to the flip-flopping again. It's going to be hard flipping other side over the midpoint, but no. Great play, and Bloking has it. Less than 8 minutes on the clock. They take the lead 2-1. And yeah, I'm sure the Swedes, if they lose it, they're going to be kicking themselves at some of the opportunities they've thrown away on this map. It has been almost inexcusable. And this time, going to turn on the pace straight away, going to jump all the way and get in onto KO, but Onkaya is caught out completely alone in the kitchen, but has the smooth, dances around on the stairs, gets past Mix, and be coming back out as well. Mix and going back in. Onkaya's still got the moves.
No!
Oh, it has to go down eventually, right? Like, yeah, it goes down, and a great attempt, but Sake still last up, and Bevan still let's take the 1v1 with as well, going to deny the jump back in and surely take up this kill and sort of ceremonially win the mid, I guess, on a technicality, but it could have been so much bigger, and Onkaya did a really great job of having a go.
Question is, how long can they hold onto this mid right? I don't even know if he gets this cap, because there's so many Bloking Hazard members coming right back in. KO, because he spawned that much earlier. He spawned basically as Onkaya died. It means he has Uber charge, but look at Onkaya. He's on some criticals, and they want to fight this, the Swedes. They're going right back in. We have mid fight too, baby.
Yeah, and why not, right? They're taking the high ground, they're taking the space, and might be taking some kills with it as well, getting kills into Mora and onto Sake, but Smear and Al are both going down, and that's a big kill onto Smear, right? You've got crits in, what, another 10 seconds, and your demo's down. So the number one you want to get that crits on isn't going to be here, so see how they decide to use it when Smear's not about.
Yep, now we have to watch for the crits as well, because that is up, and it is coming straight for KO's face. I assume there's going to be a sticky with his name on it coming out of Smear any second now, but not quite yet. As we are just kind of set up, we're waiting. Surely, right? Surely. This crits doesn't beef again.
Yeah, I guess it's like, it's hard, right? Because KO has Uber. So if KO sees like a shiny, sparkly, sticky flying towards his face, like he's just going to pop. In theory.
In theory.
Yeah, in theory. But like, yeah, it's so hard playing crits versus Uber. I guess the one thing that the Swedes have got going for them is that I doubt Bloking Hazard know that they're playing against crits at this point. Like, they thought it was just even Ubers, and potentially they haven't like seen the Medigun or anything. Smear coming in with it. Never mind, he doesn't press it when the shiny sticky was flying towards his face. Everyone going down, trying to salvage him. We've got another soldier landing in Sake, going to try and get onto Onkaya, but Onkaya's got the moves again. Flying out towards the bridge, and Smear getting a big drop, but going to be taken down himself by Whip. And Onkaya goes down. What, Whip with a 3k and lower?
No, but like surely they don't fail to convert this, right?
No, my
guys.
Oh my god. Guys. Credit to Whip, to be fair. Credit to Whip. He gets a 3k and lower, 1v3, using the debt as well, including the medic, but that's such a golden opportunity.
This is so sad. Smear had the play, he had the moment, instantly finding KO there with the crits now. We're just back on boring old Uber charge. It was looking so nice, but the Whip, he's still lower. He right clicks on 3 people, and he saves the round for his team. Now, Bloking has it. Even Ubers, they actually even have a tiny ad, I say, 40%, but he's pushing out with that and Sick will last.
Absolutely.
This is Spee.
Absolutely.
Is he in spawn?
He's still in spawn.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, they're currently just sat turtling. Onkaya waiting to get the Uber charge up. Smear going to be trying to spam down anything he can. He's actually walking so deep. He's all the way towards the truck, and he's actually trapping out spawn already. Just milking this in straight away. Going to get the gun to spam as well. And Uber charge is now ready for use for Onkaya. And the force coming out. Satan going to jump in and get out with his life as well. Onkaya using back in from his left-hand side. It's getting scrappy. It's getting frantic. Smear's gone down. Alba's gone down as well. And there's not much cap down towards the point. Satan jumping in and Gar jumping in as well. But they're both getting forced away.
Oh my
taken
god.
Down Gar's low as well. Having to be forced out all the way up through cheese. And yeah, oh my god, I think that's about as well as I can sum this up, right?
Now there's 3.5 minutes left. The Swedes kind of they're very much on the back foot. It's still even movers. Bloking has it up around. And the Swedes, you can see them, they're going right back in. They don't really have time to wait anymore. But they keep beefing these pushes. It feels like they go to last, they forget how to play the game. It's so weird to watch, because now we're back on the second. This is really nice out of the aggression. Instantly catching out KO.
Yeah, and look at these low HPs in lobby as well. They might even need to use the Ubercharge to get into last, right? They might just be able to cap this up and start walking straight away. They're going to be getting the cap. Smear's going to be the one doing the dirty work, going back for it. Satan, Gar, Alba walking in. The players have had to go back into spawn to get their life back up. Triples come up on Sniper, trying to go for a hero play. Sticks there on the point as well. Mora dancing around, trying to deny as best as he can, trying to maybe get in onto Onkaya, but the cat time's coming through. Gar stood on the point. Who's going to block him? Two players come in, but it's not enough. Gar caps it out. And with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, we equalise at 2-2.
We are moving mountains here for the Swedes, finally making it work. It feels like Bloking has it, giving them opportunity after opportunity to get in and convert these last rounds, and they're just barely hobbling across the finish line are the Swedes, but managing just about to make it work. Now 2 minutes, 20 seconds, we're back on mid, it's 2-2, everyone's game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess there's golden cap looming, but that's not to say we're definitely going to be going there, because of course 2 minutes is ample time for a round to come in, and yeah, no waiting around at all from Logan. Has a bombing in, getting straight in onto Onkaya, but KO's gone down on the other side, and the bombs from the Swedes seeming to do slightly better work than their counterparts. Mick's going to have to jump back to try and get the damage onto Satan, but it's now into a 1v2 as Gar going to be getting caught out as well by Sake. Okay, so Logan Hazard looks awkward for a moment, but they're going to win the mid. But both meds going down means we're going to slow down, and that's probably enough to send it to golden cap unless something crazy happens.
Unless we just press W. Thoughts? I mean, this is
they could press W. Absolutely,
working for Bloking Hazard, right? And the Swedes all got wiped, so they're all really slow to second. Fortunately for Bloking Hazard, they also are kind of slow back onto mid, but there's definitely a world with a minute and a half left. You can see them already streaming in through choke. They want to fight this on second.
Yeah, absolutely, and Satan being forced out of that aggressive stance is going to force back the rest of the Swedish side. Going to have to start setting themselves up. Just over a minute on the clock, on the game clock before we go to golden cap. But yeah, still time. There's still absolutely time, and as we've seen, these fights where Ubers get used, like anything can happen. We can have drops, we can have forces, and honestly, like that does not affect the outcome of the fights whatsoever. Like it really almost doesn't matter. Mick's going to be jumping in very, very deep, landing up on the balcony, and jumping back around now onto Onkaya, onto Smear. Smear's gone down. Ooh. 1-for-1 with the soldier, but Satan's gone in, trying to get into KO, but not going to manage it. Force comes out. Onto Albert. The trade, and this is... Oh my.
Oh no, this is such a disaster for the Swedes. Eventually wiped. There's one soldier down. There's 30 seconds left. That PL. And Bloking hasn't just done it. And the Swedes just thrown it away.
This could be it. 20 seconds left. They're going to have to jump point straight away. Satan and Spirit not going to be getting there in time. They're going to land on the point. The cap comes through. 18 seconds left. And we have a winner. Bloking Hazard going to come back. And I said it shouldn't happen. And it honestly shouldn't. They drop everyone on second. It's an awful Uber exchange coming out from the Swedes onto the grass. And yeah, it's a full wipe coming in. And for the third time this game, Bloking Hazard cap out the point. And there we have it. They're going to be getting a really, really crucial win in this decider bracket. All these wins are golden, and that might be a win that takes them a step closer to LAN.
It definitely takes them a step closer. The question is, we have Expert Supra in the chat as well, who can tell us whether or not it actually takes them to LAN or not. Of course, Swedes not out yet. You can still lose. You can still make it in. Once again, there's a group of 4 teams. Only the lowest finishing team doesn't make it to LAN. All top 3 teams will qualify. But yeah, there we go. This was, for the Swedes, has to, completely honest, feel like a missed opportunity. There are so many beefs over and over and over again. So many opportunities, and not quite able to capitalize. A lot of thinking to do.
Yeah, if the Swedes don't get to LAN off the basis of this result, particularly off the basis of this Snakewater map, like they are going to be absolutely fuming. This has been absolutely crazy stuff. Like the amount of chances they've had pushing into last, and honestly, you think right with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left or whatever it is, they equalize out at 2-2, and then like Meds trade on mid, and they're just sat on their own second. Like you think, oh, what can possibly go wrong? And yeah, they're going to be absolutely molded if this is what stops them from getting to LAN. But yeah, there are 2 more games for them to play, but they've got to step it up, right? They've got these chances, like they do have to take some of them. It's all well and good getting the chances, but you do have to start converting at some point.
Yeah, you really have to. But yeah, weird, interesting games. A lot of beefing, both sides, to be honest. But I think if you're going to a LAN, this is kind of what you want. No, you want down, dirty, disgusting, grimy games like this. We have logs on your screen, but like, guys, I mean, what do you want?
Yeah, like these games. I gotta say, like I said in the first game, I thought it was the Swedes were like thriving on the chaos. Like towards later in the series, right? It was Bloking Hazard that really started thriving. You can see from the big damage on mix, but yeah, like what can we read into this, right? This isn't gonna tell us the amount of uber rad pushes that Bloking Hazard withstood on their own last point in various scenarios. But yeah, like these wins matter a lot because one of these teams will not be making it to LAN, one of the 4 at least. So yeah, this is the first round game of like the round robin. Yeah, 2 chances more for either of these, but gotta keep taking the chances of the Swedes if they're gonna have any chance of getting to LAN.
Yep, looking good. I think we have more games coming up in the future of some sort. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea. Maybe from the feedback that I've been seeing throughout the chat, this might be the last submarine cast from me. I'm also a recovering COVID patient, so I'm absolutely dying, coughing the entire time. I desperately want to go eat a cough drop and fall asleep. So maybe BenPL, we leave it here.
Yeah, I think we do. It's been a long one. It's been an exciting one, at least, nonetheless. But yeah, we'll potentially see more of these games. Like there's games getting scheduled every day. So yeah, we'll try and keep up to date with the games. Try and get some more of them on stream, and try and get some more of an idea of who these final 3 teams are. They're going to be joining us next February. But yeah, on that note, let's peace out, and we'll see you for some more qualifiers later on.